And hello.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to SCO's first Showmatch event. My name is ejoonko, and I'm your main caster, and I'm joined together with my fellow caster Dino. Dino, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Yeah, Dino. All right, first thing first. It seems there we go. Now we got our casters together. I'd probably say for now it's good best if we show ourselves. Hello, how are you doing, everybody?
Hello.
Yeah. So for a little bit of context, I'm the main caster, and I am representing ITK, our committee, and I'm also representing Iron Section. Adil, how about you?
And yes, I am a co-caster and I am representing LaggIT from the IT-sektionen on Chalmers.
Yes, it's a great pleasure to be casting with you together, Dino. And I have to say, I am extremely excited about this show match. This seems to be the first show match event that ITK or that Iron Sekonen and Chalmers have done together. Am I right?
Yes, this would be the first one that we have done a collaboration show match actually.
All right, all right. Really excited. And how exactly is this show match going to run?
Well, the show match will be best of three. No, we'll actually be playing three games between each of the teams. Tournament game settings. And yeah, why don't we introduce the teams?
Okay, that sounds
Oh,
great. Let's go
your
into
mic is
the
yeah.
teams. Oh,
Wait, let's see. Your mic is having some issues.
oh, this my mic having some issues.
There we go. I think it's fixed now.
All right. Thank you.
Mm, there we go.
Mhm.
Do we wanna jump over to the stream, the
Yeah,
teams?
let's do that. Let's do that.
And here we have the Iron Sekunen. And since
All right.
you're a part of the committee, why don't you talk about them a bit?
All right, then let me first begin by talking about the IN Sakunen and our teammates. We essentially got gathered around our people. I asked them, all right, we want our team captain. Who wants to be our team captain? And my man Arthur Ekström came out and said, I want to be the team captain. I asked him to create a team, and this is the team he's created. So on the top lane we have Justin Lex. His alias Dr. Worm 8, and his elo is silver, and he is representing both IN section and also Timete. So shout out to Timete. They're a committee in our chapter, and they usually handle a lot of pub activities. So if you ever want to come to Shista and you want to have a drink in Thursdays, no, not my bad, not Thursdays, Friday, then those are usually Timete's pubs. So then you can say hi to Justin. And on the jungle we have Philip Isaksson, alias Fat Cat on a Hat, and he is platinum elo, and he is representing Ian Sekonen. On our mid laner, we have Alexander Nordstrom, North Stream, and he's a diamond player, and he is also representing Ian Sekonen. Arthur Ekström, our team captain, Artigus7, is a silver player, and he is playing as our ADC. And he is representing ITK, my own committee, which I'm very proud to represent as well. And finally, on our support, we have Sully Kim Snowwolf, and she is a silver player, and she is also representing ITK. Oh yes, and very good that someone mentioned it on the chat. Some people might be asking, what does the IN in EN Sekonen mean? And it stands for Information and Nanotechnology. We're actually the Shista campus in KTH. So if you guys ever want to come talk to us, head down to Shista. And I think that's about it for in my part with the introduction of the teams.
Well, yes. Then let's move on to the LaggIT's team, the IT Sekunens team. In the top lane, we have Vidar Magnusson, also known as Vidde in game. He's in Silver Elo. We have Carl Lind, also known as Quick in the jungle, Platinum rank. We have Rasmus Rosengren, or Rustation, in the mid lane, following a gold elo. And in the bot lane, we have Jakob Messinger, also known as Instruct. He's a platinum rank, and supporting that we have Aron Sandgren, also known as Noxemia, in the gold rank. So
Thank you
yeah,
very much. Yeah, Dino, I gotta say, I'm excited on both these teams. They both definitely seem to have their strong points in certain roles, definitely. Let's look at it side by side, actually, here.
yeah.
So, Dino, in your case, what would you say is the strength with LaggIT?
I
And
feel
their, yeah.
that our bot lane is actually gonna be a very good bot lane, actually. I feel like people need to well, I hope that the Iron Sekunen respects Instruct a lot, because he is very well. He is a very well performing AD carry actually.
I see, I see. Can you tell me a bit more about Instruct? Like, what is it that makes him such a competent player?
He's just overall very good. He has very good decision making and mechanical skills in general as an AD carry.
I see, I see. And how would Aaron Sangren, Noxemia, exactly complement him in the bot lane side?
I don't think he is actually a support main, but I do believe that his skills in like not only like being a former CS:GO pro actually, well like yeah, I feel like he would have a lot of experience in shot calling and talking about like controlling the lane. And I feel like even though he has not played a lot of support, I think that he can actually like be a very strong support and take command over the lane.
And Aaron actually told me a bit ago that he was essentially going to be representing his team as the team captain. So, Dino, tell me, what is the strength of having a team captain as the support player?
I feel like as a support player, you can you usually want to look around the map a lot more, and then you can probably analyze the situation of what the team is capable of and recognize like where your team strength lies. And it's not uncommon that it's actually the support that is usually the shot caller in a professional team.
Yes, I see it. And definitely, as a support, it is important to keep those vision in check and making sure that everybody knows where to rotate and how exactly to rotate. It seems that at least in the LaggIT team, the elos are a lot more balanced. There doesn't seem to be much weakness in terms of which member Ian Sekonen can potentially exploit. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think that I think I've not seen any of the Iron section actually play, so I think this will probably be a even challenge for sure.
No, yeah, definitely. We definitely do have to talk about the highlights in the Iron Sekunen. We definitely have like much more. What would you say? Like much more not like outstanding players here. But then we would have two outstanding players at the moment. It seems on the Iron Sekunen roster. We have Northstream as a diamond mid laner and Fat Cat on the Hat as a platinum jungle. What would essentially be Iron Sekonen's tactic here? What is their win condition essentially in this case where they have like two strong teammates playing jungle and mid, while you have the other lane supporting them essentially?
I think that the Iron Sekonen is probably looking on taking control mid and trying to trickle that down to other lane with mid roams together with the jungler. I think if you have a good mid lane and jungle synergy, you can actually take vision control and jungle control of the enemy's jungler. And this could be really frustrating for the jungler, because they're gonna like, if the mid lane can generate enough pressure, you can actually make the opposing team's jungler lose a lot while your own jungler gains a lot. This means that ganks from the IT section would probably be a lot weaker, and therefore Iron section has an advantage in that they have jungle pressure for a lot of the time.
Yes, I see. That could definitely be the case. In that case, what should LaggIT do exactly in a situation where you have an oppressive mid laner and an oppressive jungler roaming around and trying to take advantage of wherever they can with these objective controls? What should they exactly do? What is their counter plan?
I think that IT need to maybe pick something that can just survive mid, or maybe even pressure back safely. If they're not feeling that confident, they could go with the late game scaling picks, or picks that can wave clear from a safe distance or escape ganks from a safe distance.
Also, speaking of that, speaking about LaggIT and their team, Dino, could you do a little quick introduction on what exactly LaggIT is?
Yes. LaggIT is Chalmers IT section. Basically esport and game committee. We host a numerous of tournaments, and this is one of our first collaboration tournaments actually we're gonna hold with ITK.
Yeah.
Uh,
And speaking of ITK, let me do a little bit of a quick introduction about ITK. We're essentially kind of dealing with the same kind of things that LaggIT is doing. We're a committee that's primarily focused on, non-alcoholic entertainment events, and these of course include things such as video games, board games. We also have like movie nights, LAN parties, all kinds of fun stuff. So, both LaggIT and ITK, if you're definitely interested, check out our pages. I think on Facebook, if you search Iterativa Klubben, you'll find us there. And how do we find LaggIT?
You find LaggIT at chalmers.it /LaggIT.
All right. If some of the mods could probably write down those links down there on the chat, then people can definitely what do you call it? You click on them and figure it out for themselves. For sure.
You need to join the game. You need to join the game, the spectator game.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've received the invite yet. So but I just did. I just did get an invite. And now I will go to spectating. Nice.
But ejoon, why are we having the show match?
Oh yeah, that's actually a great question, Dino. So why exactly are we having a show match? Because this show match, we are essentially trying to PR something bigger than this. See, this is just one match. Could you imagine this production value and this kind of a setting with all these collaboration between universities in an actual League of Legends tournament? A multi-college tournaments where if you're from either KTH or Chalmers, as long as you study in any of these schools, you can create your own League of Legends team and sign up for the tournament. As you can see here, the sign up link is bit.ly/SCL LOL21, and essentially the tournament will run throughout the weekends of the 29th to 31st of January and then end at the 6th to the 7th of February. You might be asking, well, ejoon, I'll be honest, I don't know why I should create a league team and spend like that much time trying to beat other people in the tournament. What if I told you there's a prize pool of about 10,000 crown? This tournament will also, of course, be sponsored by DreamHack. And thank you so much for DreamHack. First place prize, you would get 5 duffel bags, 5 caps, 5 mouse pads, 5 pins, 5 lanyards, and 5 patches. That's a lot of 5s for a team game of 5 members. And therefore, that's a great prize for first place. Second place, you get 5 backpacks, 5 caps, and 5 pins. And finally, on third place, you would get 5 caps and 5 pins. Dino, what do you think about these prize pools? Like, how exciting is this of an event that you as a university player, you just create your own team, win the whole thing, and then win all of these goodies?
I think it's really exciting. This is a very big prize pool, actually. As you can see, it's roughly value of in total of 10,000 Swedish kroner, and that is pretty substantial, actually. And the things that you're receiving is actually like really nice things, and yeah, there's definitely reason to be excited for this.
Definitely. And just like that, I think in about 2 minutes we will be begin for our first champion select. Dino, once again, I have to say, such a privilege casting with you. I can't wait for your analysis, because Dino the man himself is an excellent League of Legends player, much better than I could possibly ever be. So I'm going to need his expertise, but I will try my best to cast and be as hype as possible.
Yes, and I think the teams are ready to join.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump over to the champion select overlay. In just a moment, actually. We just need to fix the lobby. There we go. And now we're in champion select, where the IT-sektionen is blue side, well, first pick, with instruct banning.
All right. So Dino, what do you think the IT section should ban out? Ooh, they're already going with a strong Victor ban.
Victor is actually, I think, a very good ban for them if they're scared for the mid laner, because Victor has a lot of pressure. Like, he can generate a lot of pressure in the mid lane.
Interesting ban coming from the other side, banning Udyr. Do you know if perhaps the jungler or someone in their team likes to paint Udyr?
I actually don't know, and we're also getting a ban on Garen, which is not the most common ban.
Oh, but this one is definitely a target to ban, I can tell you. Dr. Worm 8, his favorite character, as many people know in the Iron Sektionen, is Garen on the top lane.
Alright, and
He's
then
definitely shown his competency as that champion. And a Jin ban. Jin, of course, Dino, you have to agree with me. Jin is an extremely strong pick during these patches.
absolutely, I think he's one of the strongest AD carries right now, actually, and I think it's very reasonable that you ban him out, actually, no matter what the enemies play.
No, yeah, definitely. Let's see what the final ban is here until we go into the first pick phase from Fat Cat on a Hat, banning the Echo pick. Is that a target ban, Dino?
I don't believe it is, actually. Well, no, it could be a target ban for the mid laner, actually. He quite enjoys Echo.
I see. Ooh, and here we go with the first pick, Hecarim. Strong opening. Hecarim, as many people know, is really strong during this meta. Or, actually, no, they go for the Vayne.
This is a very interesting pick, actually. I think what the IT section is trying to do is to basically get such a big advantage in the bot lane that the mid and jungle pressure actually won't be able to affect them that hard.
Ah, I see. And I have to say, I mean, that Vayne pick, it's like, it has to be a bit of a flex pick, right? It's very seldom that you would just want to first pick a Vayne before you even know what the support pick is or even the ADC pick.
This is very true, and I agree with you. And as we see, the enemy picked Leona, and I feel like Leona is quite a potent pick right now, actually. She is very strong, and in some cases can even 1v1 the AD carry in the right setting.
Definitely. The Sunfire meta has definitely shown us that tanks are really strong right now. And it's gotta be hard for the Vayne. One little misstep and the Vayne will be CC'd for at least 3 seconds, and that is definitely a dangerous spot that Vayne doesn't want to be in there. But however, here we come with a Diana pick and a Lilia pick. For now, it's a very aggressive lineup from the side of LaggIT.
Yeah, like LaggIT has, I feel like, pretty good engage and a very good team fight, actually, but currently they're very squishy. Compared to the Iron Sekunen, where we have a pretty tanky lineup so far.
Yeah, and now we see the Iron Sekunen target banning the Morgana. Or I'm not sure if it's a target ban, but at least since the support hasn't been picked, they don't want to go. And I think that is actually a pretty smart ban, banning the Morgana. And Morgana would negate so much of what Leona does, essentially.
Yeah, that is true. I would also like to see a Janna ban, maybe? Because I feel like Janna is, if played correctly, a very good pick into Leona, actually.
Definitely, Janna is an extremely strong pick. One of the best peeling supports, in my opinion. Oh, but a Lulu is also a good ban. But we'll see if team LaggIT sees the opportunity to pick this Janna, or perhaps they'll go for another pick that we're not thinking about.
That could be true. We can also see that LaggIT banned both both Caitlyn and Ashe, which I think is the appropriate response if you're going to first pick the Vayne.
Yeah, smart bans from them, smart bans. Now you can't go one of the, because isn't this essentially because Caitlyn and Ashe are basically one of the two strongest like early game ADCs who can extremely oppress Vayne together with Leona, of course.
Yeah, like Vayne struggles from having very short range, and that is something that Ashe and Caitlyn really thrives at. But we see that they opt for the Saya instead. Which I think...
Is this a potential Pantheon top? Or do you think they're actually going to go Pantheon bot with this, like support?
I think this could be a potential Pantheon top. They have buffed him in recent patches, would make him pretty good actually in going the top lane. But since they locked in the Malphite, I think it's probably going to be a Pantheon support. Which is a very aggressive bot lane. And
Yes, definitely.
After all the nerfs, I'm not too sure how well that bot lane will actually fare into Leona Saya.
I mean, at least the nerf is definitely when they're trying to dive them. But the Vayne and Pantheon is an extremely strong dueling lane. I think they're essentially going to look to just dominate the bot lane through dueling. Essentially, they're going to try to capitalize on the fact that the bot lane doesn't have an oppressive ADC as a first pick. They're instead going for Xayah, which is much more of a, if I remember correctly, a much more better like late game ADC than an early game.
Yeah, Xayah definitely thrives a lot more in the late game when she actually has a few items where she can attack, like get her feathers out behind enemies and quickly do some heavy damage with her E.
Also, I have to say it's very interesting going for the Nasus as the last pick for the top lane. Essentially, going for, I mean, that is essentially their scaling option. it seems like, at least for me, LaggIT has a much more better, like, much more early game centric team comp, while it seems like ITK has a much more what you would call a late game centered team comp.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I feel that LaggIT probably thrives in the early to mid game actually, and
Yeah.
I think depending on how the fights will go, I think that LaggIT's team might still be. I think the LaggIT's team could actually still work in the late game, but it would need to play around the Lilia, landing some really important twirl seeds.
No, yeah, definitely. And I gotta say, I mean, first game, I'm extremely excited. How are you feeling, Dino?
I'm really excited. I think that I think it was a very interesting picks for both of the team. I
No,
am
yeah,
very
definitely.
like the first pick Wayne is very interesting and very brash actually, and I'm excited to see how it turns out.
No, yeah, definitely. It would hurt if it turns out because, as you said, you mentioned it, Dino. The mismatch, the most mismatch we can see between these two team comps are on the bot side with Noxemia and Instruct on the bot lane. So it would be interesting to see if that lane doesn't work out because yes, I've talked about the early game centric team comp from LaggIT, but they still do have a saving grace. That is the Vayne late game.
That
And
is
but here's the thing. It seems at least the Ian Sakunin team has some answers. You got the Nasus W, you have the Syndra stuns, you have the Leona stuns, and finally you have the Zaya roots.
yeah. Uh,
These could all be very dangerous towards the Vayne if the Vayne isn't careful with her positioning, of course.
Yeah, and I feel like one underappreciated thing about Graves actually is that Graves can reduce Wayne's DPS to 0 if because she wouldn't want to be in melee range, and if she gets smoke screened by the Graves, she can't actually auto anyone, which is really huge. Uh,
Mm.
I think a lot of people when they're facing or thinking about Graves don't think about the utility that his W actually brings.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Uh,
but however, of course, we can't ignore their early game. You have the Lily on the jungle, you have Diana, you have Pantheon, you have Malphite. The potential for the roaming plays for objectives and ganks is pretty insane on the side of LaggIT at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see how well they can actually use that roaming potential in game.
If you're Malphite in this case, how much would you want to focus on laning compared to actually just going and helping out your teammates? Because the Nasus, as we know, if left alone, will get really strong in this situation.
I think it depends on what the team wants to do. Because I
Mm.
think if the team decides that they want to try and finish early, then he should, to some degree, maybe sacrifice the lane to like maybe try and do early teleport plays. Because if they want to win like early to mid game, then they're on a timer. But if they're thinking of the late game, because I think that something that we're not mentioning is that Diana is actually a very potent split pusher in late game. Uh, if they want to wait for that, then they should try and focus a bit more on the lane. But I think the
It
game is
seems that
starting.
the login screen, no, not the login screen, my bad, the loading screen. The loading screen has begun. So let us look at this game and spectate the first match of LaggIT versus ITK. Chalmers versus KTH. The IT section of Chalmers versus Ian Sekonen. Everybody, are you as excited as I am for game one? Let's go.
Oh, I'm very excited. Ooh, this is very loud actually. Let's see if I can turn that to a bit reasonable. I'm sorry for the loud noise. I forgot that this is default sound settings. So there we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All right, it seems like at least for you and I, the stream is synced. All right, so now Dino, let's look at what's going on here. It seems like LaggIT is going for a topside invade. Over here, let's see if he is aware of the topside invade. Oh no, but he wasn't aware enough, and just like that, he goes for the flash, but the first blood will go to LaggIT. And yeah, I mean Dino, that's gotta feel bad for ITK definitely, or I mean Team Ian Sekonen. Just the first blood given to the Lilia, an oppressive early game jungler. Or, I mean, she's pretty much good in all stages, but she is very good in the early game.
Yeah, like absolutely. I think that this is kind of bad for the ITK Sekunen. If this steamrolls into something bigger, it could be very huge for IT Sekunen actually.
Oh, yeah, definitely, and you have to feel for Dr. Wormmate over here. I mean, starting off level 1, dying, and then not having the flash, it's gonna make him so much more susceptible to the ganks from Lilia, of course.
Yeah, we can also see that the Malphite opted to go Comet, which indicates that he does want to bully this lane a little bit. And yeah,
That definitely seems like the right choice to do, at least for him. Yeah, let's see over here the beginning farms. Okay, he's at least able to get a lot of those.
yeah. He didn't
Alright,
miss
but
it.
so in the beginning, at least things have gone peaceful after that. Just some normal laning going on over here.
Yes, I'll just fix the scoreboard real quick, and there we go.
Lilia going for a very quick scanner, trying to see if she can she can deny any vision over here really quick.
Yeah, and it looks like they didn't have any wards, but
No, they did not.
they've now got an info that the Graves has taken both the blue and ground.
Yes, exactly. They do know for sure that it was a blue side start, and that means that Lilia knows exactly how she should map to counter this Graves. But in a 1v1 situation, who has the advantage, Graves or Lilia?
I think it depends a bit if Lilia has just like taken some jungle camps. What makes Lilia so fast is actually her Q's passive, which gives her movement speed after hitting abilities on targets. If she has the movement speed from that, I do believe she can actually come out on top if she can kite the Graves enough. But without them, it might be a bit sticky.
Yeah, some early trades from the Syndra going into Diana. Syndra definitely has the advantage here, a bit of a bully.
Oh, they're going in on the bot lane though.
Oh, they are. Let's see how this goes. So far, the trade seems pretty even on both sides. ADC is not taking too much damage, while the supports are taken down quite low.
Very low indeed. And I just noticed that the scores are backwards. Oh, I just need to fix that real quick. This scary part
definitely.
is if I tab out, I think the stream pauses, which would not be ideal if something happens. Well, yeah, let's see how quick I can be. Because currently it looks like the... Actually, no, let's wait for the gank in bot lane first.
Oh yeah, definitely. This gank is coming from Vic. He's coming in a flash W from the Pantheon. They're going in, but they are able to escape. One flash is enough, and they have got it now. They actually trade back a bit themselves. Great defense from Team ITK.
Yeah, indeed. And that looked a lot worse than could have been. Team ITK actually manages to leave with no deaths on the board yet. And their jungler Graves is managing to take Lilia's entire topside jungle actually.
Yeah, that is actually great play from him, knowing that the Lilia is on the bot side, cannot do anything to stop these steals. Lilia needs the resource. She is a strong jungler, but she is also a farming jungler. And look at that, what a cheeky man. And just like that, a 1v1, but it seems like in the end, it might be the Team IT that comes out ahead, but she's a bit too tanky maybe. She is tanky enough.
And in top lane we can see Vida is bullying Dr. Worm, and oh, he's going for the dive actually, and he does get it.
Oh my god, great dive from Vida, and this must be extremely bad for the Nasus. You don't want to be behind too much as a Nasus.
Yeah, exactly, and I feel that going for that kill will actually help this lane a lot, because I do believe with levels, Malphite pokes become very unbearable, and now that he actually has a few kills under his belt, and a pretty big wave loss. Well, he didn't lose the XP on all of it, it was still like a bit of it that it missed. Now that the game is calmer, I'll try and swap the logos real quick. Because this was very... Yeah, like that was a hindsight. But I think that should be looking good now.
Yeah, it looks great on my side, Dino. And I have to say, looking at the gold lead, about a 1k advantage for LaggIT. How substantial is this advantage right now? Is the game over, or can ITK definitely make a comeback from this?
Oh, let's talk about that a bit later, because there's a fight breaking out in the bot lane right now.
Oh yes, I see that happening right now. Arthur is trying to get away from it, but he is too focused. He doesn't have enough damage, or I mean not enough HP. It is a 1-for-1 in the end, but the support takes a kill. Is not the best one to get the kill to, of course.
Snowwolf managed to get out, and that could have been a lot worse if the Saya had died and Quick, the Lilia, had lived. But luckily for ITK, that was a 1-for-1 trade. Even though the Saya did die, which is not ideal.
Definitely.
Well, I think, as we can see, the LaggIT does have us gold lead of around 600 gold. But what's important to note is that most of the gold difference actually comes from the top laners right now. There's a huge gold difference between the top laners.
Definitely. Justin Dr. Worm 8 is not having a really good game, but of course, as the levels go on, he will have a better time for sure, right, Dino?
Absolutely. I feel like the early phases of the lane for Nats is really
the
hot.
skirmish is going on the bot side jungle. It seems like a short skirmish. Doesn't seem like much will come out of it, but then they are trying to pincer the Graves. They do back off, though. They just want to secure the crabs in the end.
Yeah, LaggIT with the bot lane pressure, as I spoke about, was able to grab that crab for Quick.
And how bad is it for Xayah and Leona that they can't get a lead over the Vayne? Will this become a problem, or will they also have a good enough late game to compensate for this loss in the beginning?
I think it's gonna be difficult because the Xayah is maybe not gonna have enough power actually to be able to kill Vayne. Together, if they catch Vayne, like Vayne will die.
Oh, here and look over here. They're going for the dragon, and it seems like there won't be any contest. So LaggIT will actually get the red dragon, or no, my bad, not the red dragon, the infernal dragon, giving them a damage boost.
Yeah, and that's very well done by LaggIT. They're taking the objectives since they know they're a lot stronger on the bot side of the map.
Yes, and over here, going for a gank on Nord Stream, he is able to deflect it. It seems they won't go anymore for it. And he hasn't used his flash, so Nord Stream gets away with that.
Graves is looking to gank top lane, though.
Oh, and Graves is really strong. He is really farmed up. Let's look at this damage that's going to come out. Escapes with the Q, but then here comes a counter gank from the other side.
The flash?
The flash play. Too much damage, perhaps. Fat Cat on the hack goes down. Will Dr. Worm go down as well? Oh, he's burning too much, and just like that, a double kill on the Lilia jungle.
Lilia's Dream-laden bow actually managed to pick up the kill on Nasus after getting the first kill on the Graves.
Yes. Great early game from LaggIT so far. They are definitely pressing their advantage. And Lilia, with that information that both of them are dead, and she is stronger right now, she is now taking the Herald.
Yeah, she's doing the Herald while we see the bot lane trying to poke a bit.
It was also kind of unfortunate that Factor on the hack couldn't use his ult there, it seems like, or perhaps he did use his ult.
I actually think, let's look real quick. Yeah, he doesn't have its spect.
Ah, I see.
He has 3 points into Q and 2 points into E, so that might have been a misclick actually.
Misclick, definitely unfortunate. Ooh, a flash W on the bot side skirmish. Gank from
Syndra
the
from
other
behind.
side, coming in, gets a kill on him. But boom, Syndra in 2020, miss everything, press the R, and get a kill on the AD carry anyways. What a meme.
Ooh, this is really good for ITK actually. They got 2 kills and the LaggIT is losing a very big wave actually.
They're gonna get these turret plays. The turret plays have never looked as yummy as they have done tonight. You know, I have to say, these turret plays are being served on a silver platter to the bot lane.
Yeah, pretty much. And with that, the gold leads is actually almost equalized. There's only 200 gold between the teams, and I do believe... Oh, there's a fight going on in the mid lane.
Oh, in fact, going on in mid lane. Is he able to get out? No, he cannot get out. And another easy kill for Kvik. How good is it to get your Lilia fed instead of like someone like Diana as a target?
I think that having a Lilia fed, especially considering that Kvik opted to go for the Dark Harvest route, which means he'll be able to do a lot of damage, is actually very positive. Quick is LaggIT's, well, Lilia is one of LaggIT's best engages and poke tools at the same time.
Definitely, Lilia, such a diverse champ, can do so much at the same time, and is quick as lightning indeed. Here she is quickly trying to move into the mid lane, of course. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Dr. Worm is still continuously getting poked down. He's not able to stack up effectively. 54 stacks in 10 minutes.
We can see
11 minutes.
that the gold lead between on the Vide is actually roughly 1.3k gold, which is very substantial in the top lane actually.
Definitely.
It's been a very rough lane for Dr. Worm.
But one thing Vida perhaps doing a mistake is he is pushing the wave. He is not really freezing it. So that means that Justin will get some of these minions back.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that Vide is trying to go for what looks like an Aegis Alaket of Darren Solari. And since he's already bought a Bami Cinder, means that he can't actually not push with how the state is, like with what items.
Here, skirmish on the mid lane about to begin. A roam coming from the Pantheon. Fat Cat on a hat might be in danger. He's trying to escape, but now a huge fight happens. Boom! Dies in strut, gets caught out. Boom! 2 people are dead from the side of LaggIT, but one side is dead. This jungler has gone now, but this seems like it's going to be a victory for no, not LaggIT. ITK, and ITK comes out ahead of that. Look at the gold lead, 500 ahead for the ITK now. How bad is this for LaggIT?
That was a very good fight, but it's not over yet. It's actually an engage on the top lane.
Oh my god, Lynn, look at this. Nasus, the badasses. Here comes late game Nasus. He's trying to do the skirmish. Oh, and look at Nasus' Q. It always deals a lot of damage. Oh, and flashes away. He almost died from it.
Oh, but it's not over yet. Here's the North Stream
Syndra comes in! North Stream, what a legend.
Yeah, that was not very good for LaggIT, and very good in fact for ITK. I think that fight was a bit unfortunate from LaggIT's side, as they went on 2 different targets, and ITK managed to punish them very good by focusing on the weaker side, which was the Vayne Lilia side of the map.
Definitely, and Herald now on the bot side. Can Arthur defend this? His support isn't here yet, so he has to be careful. Boom, he got smacked on the wall. They definitely want to go in on this probably.
Yeah, look for a dive.
Does Arthur have ultimate? He does have the ultimate, and he gets away with it!
What a sick double kill. And unfortunately, the Dr. Worm actually uses teleport to get bot lane. So unless they're gonna try and... Oh, there's Quick in the bush.
Oh my god, Fat Cat on a hat. He can't get away. He probably will die from that. But can they do it? Can they answer back? Slowed by the W. No matter how fast you are, Olivia, you cannot escape this. The CC chain is insane. Give it to Dr. Worm. It might be worth it with the dragon, but of course Malphite is taking all the turret plays on the top side. Meanwhile, on the mid side, he's trying to push it out risk again, but he is not able to push it out. So therefore, the dragon will go to ITK. One dragon for one.
This might be a kill for North Stream, and it is just on the edge.
North Stream absolutely putting on a tear tonight. He is so big as Syndra. I mean, my gosh.
That was this is an incredible swing into ITK's favor actually.
Definitely.
And, we can see something that's very scary. It's the enemy Syndra actually has 10 stacks of that Dark Seal, and we'll see if he decides to upgrade that into a Mesh Ice.
Definitely, and you can definitely see that on ITK's side, the gold distribution might be much more favorable. You can see, despite us talking about the weak laning phase from ITK's bot side, in the end, it is the Xayah with 7 kills at the moment. This Xayah is ready for prime real estate in carrying her team.
Oh, and there's a fight in the top lane where Dr. Worm is trying to kill the Malphite, but the Malphite will probably walk away after stealing the
but as you can see
speed.
here, we see that the trade is starting to go in favor of Dr. Worm, which is very, very, which is a bad sign for Vida. But no, his ult goes out and he still goes in on Vida. So this means that the Malphite will just get the kill and will probably push in the tower. Meanwhile, a skirmish on the middle side of the map over here, but nothing comes out of it yet.
Yeah, there was actually a force flash on the ITK's Graves. The Lilia managed to catch him off guard, but without an ult, didn't manage to finalize a kill on him.
Definitely, and the gold lead is completely even right now. This is a nail-biting game so far, and an exciting game to open up. The best out of 3. SCL show match, LaggIT versus ITK, Chalmers versus KTH. Everybody, put some things on Twitch. I don't know, like PogChamp, Monka S, whatever you guys want.
Go hypers in the chat, boys.
Yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, this is a very interesting game, and even though like the gold lead rather for both of the teams is almost dead even after such a rocky game.
Definitely. And it's definitely, you have to give props to Nord Stream right now. He is definitely putting on a tear tonight. He has helped bot lane get actually into a lead. He has helped jungle stabilize, and he is probably going to start helping Dr. Worm get back into the game as he starts putting out these stacks. Last time we saw him, he had 50 stacks, now he has 90. But I have to say, I am very worried about the amount of stacks he has, because actually, isn't it usually the case that as Nasus, by 20 minutes, you would like to have a minimum of 300 stacks?
Oh, there's a bot lane fight going on where they actually managed to get a pick on Arcticus 7. And,
oh yes, they did. And oh no, Snow Wolf going back in, so this means that she could have escaped with her life, but now she might actually just die for this.
Oh,
yes,
and
she will pay for her life, and disaster in the bot lane, and a great roam from the Malphite. This gives Dr. A Worm some chance to farm up, but instead he's opting to go for the Herald. He's trying to chase it out, trying to stop it from actually getting taken down.
I don't know if he can actually stop it from happening. I think, oh, he managed to get it to reset, which is good from ITK actually. But Quick is not done here.
Going against Dr. 8, Worm 8. Let's see how this goes. But there is a roam coming in for Nord Stream. Can he get the stun? Meanwhile, there's a dive going on to the bot side. Fat Cat, can he get away with it?
Instruct flashes
He
in
might
for
be
the
able to
kill.
get away with it. Oh,
The
but look
double
at
route.
this. Oh, Arthur getting the answer back. Nord Stream TPing bot, stunning the Malphite. Trying to go in for the Malphite. Malphite is very tanky though. Diana trying to do something in answer, but she can't. She's not in range, and she was a bit too late with her roams.
The feather collar
the
from
meantime,
Arcticus 7 actually managed to finalize both the Noxemia and Instruct kills, which was vital in that fight.
In the meantime, it seemed like a skirmish was going to happen on the top side, but in the end, nothing came of it. But definitely, one thing I am very concerned about is how much stack this Nasus has. He doesn't actually have a lot of stacks. 114 stacks in 17 minutes. This isn't a position you want to be as a Nasus player. You want at least about 200 at this point, at least.
Oh,
right?
Vid is going back in onto Arcticus 7. But with Snow Wolf there, there's no kill on Arcticus 7, and instead Vid dies.
Definitely. That is a misplay, bad misplay too. And with this Arcticus 7, 10 kills. How scary is a Xayah in late game, Dino?
I think that Xayah late game can be very, very scary if left to her devices. What Xayah really wants is for the enemy team to push into her so that she can kite back with the movement speed from her W and put some feathers behind the enemy team so she can feather call them back and do massive amounts of damage.
Yes. Over here, timing the Herald right as the dragon is about to spawn. It's probably a good time for LaggIT to start looking for this dragon.
Indeed, LaggIT would want to try and get dragons, but the question is, do they actually have enough pressure to do so?
It doesn't seem like that. We have 4 people on bot side, and meanwhile their carry, their Vayne is on the top side, so they don't have their main DPS over here. So, oh my god, the damage!
Nord Stream managed to get a pick, and there's a fight going on in the top lane, while it looks like LaggIT.
Yeah, fight going on in the top lane. Dr. Worm trying to escape with his life. He does actually escape. This means that there's a free dragon on the side of ITK. Meanwhile, Dr. 8 is holding his place, but now he has to back off. He doesn't have the strength to go against the Vayne. The Vayne is left alone, but is this a misplay by LaggIT, do you think, Dino? Like, leaving the Vayne on the top side so that she can't be a part of the fight on the boss side dragon?
I think I think LaggIT is probably feeling that they can't actually contest the dragon with the power they have. So they might just wanted to look for a pick, but instead they got picked off. I think that putting the win in the top lane versus the Nasus, since both are a bit weak, and like as a champion, wins is what they wanted to do. But I don't know if they realize how quickly the dragon was spawning.
Definitely. But then, Dino, if they don't have the power to fight now, will they ever get the chance to do it?
It would depend on which context, as we can see here.
Nord Stream been caught up with a nice flash from Nord Stream, but another ult from the Malphite side. He can't avoid all of that damage, and now a good fight coming in from the side of LaggIT. Dr. 8 using his...
They're looking to dive?
Yeah, but they are looking to dive, and they are probably going to get away with their lives, but I mean, what an amazing fight from LaggIT. Taking advantage of the side that there was only 2 people on the mid side, so they would definitely win this 2v5 or 2v4 fight.
The answer to your question, eJoon, is yes. LaggIT can absolutely fight ITK, as we just saw. It's just about on who they get picks on. And this Malphite, Vida has been landing some really crucial ultimates in order for them to isolate either the Xayah or the Syndra. as
Definitely.
the
And
Grace
with
is
this,
a bit
yeah,
weak
with
right
this,
now.
they are going to get the Baron. They're just going to get it.
Yeah, this is an uncontested Baron. There is not much ITK could have actually done to stop this.
And you have to start feeling that we thought that ITK was in a good position, but now look at this. About a 4k difference on the gold lead. And ITK, they have to now deal with a Baron LaggIT. And LaggIT's mid game seems super strong right now.
Yeah, LaggIT seems to be very, very strong. The Lilia, I think, is probably doing a lot of damage. And if they can land more good fights where Lilia is allowed to do her damage and they can isolate either the Syndra or the Saya, I think they could actually be looking to pressure some towers with this Baron.
Definitely. What does ITK need to do? Do they just need to hold on and wait for that late game to strike in, or do they have to do something proactive right now?
I think that while LaggIT has a Baron, they should probably just wave clear, or unless they have the ability to get a pick. They should go for that, since they do have Leona and Syndra, which are two champions that are very good at making picks, and as we've seen, North Stream has been able to land some really crucial stuns.
On the mid side with Vayne solo pushing on the bot side. This is definitely interesting. Putting Vayne as your solo laner. It's definitely an interesting position because as we've seen, Nasus cannot really deal with the Vayne right now. He is underfed. So Vayne, if she just decides to push the bot lane, the only one who can answer her is basically North Stream, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly, and I think they actually have this in mind as why they're putting Vayne to the side lane. Because if North Stream is off to a side lane, the rest of LaggIT will actually be able to push down the mid lane, as Saya does not have enough damage to wave clear bot.
Yes, and the Baron buff, with the Baron buff, they are pushing the mid side. They're going to get another goal for their team unless ITK can, of course, defend this. It seems like they are here to defend and they are here to stay. Ooh! Zhonya's used by, like, the Lilia. It seemed a bit preemptive, if you were to ask me.
I think it was. I think the Lilia was expecting a much harder engage, and that could have been very, very dire. But the Lilia prances out with her life in check.
Yeah, but it seems so far with this Baron buff, minimum amount of gains from... Oh, a flash play trying to go in, but she does miss it because Vayne, of course, is a very mobile champ with the Q.
Yeah, just barely tumbles out, but Saya's getting hit. We do see a follow-up ult by this. But nothing to come out, or maybe...
Oh my god, what a great ult, what a great pick off from Kvik. And just like that, their ADC is down. And now, what is Grace going to do? Oh, he has to get a... Oh, and they were so close to dying, but they actually didn't die.
North Stream landed a beautiful stun, but unfortunately it doesn't actually result in a kill. Noxemia is flashing over the wall!
What a flash play from Noxemia.
He's hungry for more.
He is definitely hungry for more. Nasa's trying to clear out the top side. The pressure is on. I think LaggIT knows their win condition. They have to be aggressive now. They have to fight now. They have to go for the win around now.
Yeah,
And Noxstream going to die, but he uses an E and gets Noxemia away from him.
The Scattered Weak was made so that it actually interrupted Pantheon's W, and that was very crucial. But we can see Rustation
Worm getting caught out in the jungle side, but can he get out? It seems maybe he can. Oh, the heal!
The Rustation being a bit too greedy and trying to go for the kill, and ends up dying, and even gives a shutdown to the Saya.
No, yeah, definitely has to feel bad about that one.
But as we can see on the other side of the map, LaggIT manages to secure the second dragon for them.
Yeah, so Dragon 2-2. The only advantage LaggIT has is the gold lead at the moment. 4k ahead of them. 4k in 25 minutes. Is this, like, how dire is the situation for ITK, or is this still a very hopeful game for them?
I think there's absolutely a chance that ITK can turn this game. As we have seen numerous of times, this Syndra has been able to land some very good stun combos with her QE. And unfortunately, nothing has been coming out of it yet. But now that more in the team of ITK has ways to deal with the Lilia sleep, I think getting picks for IT is actually going to be a bit more difficult. And hopefully, this will allow ITK to win some fights.
Definitely, we are getting to the 25-minute mark. The mid game has basically just been in full effect. In about a couple minutes, we will go to the late game phase, and some of these items will start to get completed. Ooh, a skirmish happening on the mid side. Nothing comes out of it though. or will it be nothing? Because you know Lilia, if she lands one of those things, she can always make people.
Oh, that's a double
sleep.
sleep.
To make them sleep. They're actually gonna try to go in. They have 2 members trying to sleep. Great scatter the weak. She uses her Zodiac to get away from it. Oh my God! I don't even know what to commentate right now. Arthur getting out alive is for now. It's a 2 for 2. Now it's a 3 for 2. Vita's trying to deal damage, but he is of course tank Malphite. He can't deal that much damage, and Lilia has to run away. In the end, it is a 2 for 4. ITK comes out ahead. Chat spam PogChamp for me.
That was a very explosive fight. We actually saw that Instruct tried to go in behind, but Northstream saved his ultimate before, just for that occasion, and unfortunately there's nothing Instruct could have done after he got ulted by Syndra.
And you definitely felt LaggIT's desperation. They really wanted to just get that Xayah down, but the Xayah was able to survive for longer. She was able to deal so much damage where she actually fell down. Like, you saw the Vayne, she actually dived all the way to the enemy's backline trying to kill the Xayah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think she actually in the end succeeded, but it did cost her life, and I think that Instruct really needs to be maybe a bit more careful around the Syndra, because the Syndra is probably going to save her ult only for Instruct.
Definitely. And now the gold lead is down to about 2,500. They are starting to come online, a lot of members from ITK. What you can see here, NASA's just free farming. Now he has 240 stacks. He is getting to the point where his Qs will start to hurt quite a bit. He's just pushing the bot side. Will anyone answer him? It doesn't seem so at the moment, because they want to get a skirmish. They want to get another pick, because they know that Noxtream, they know that Arthur is a bit too dangerous. Everybody's on the mid side on the team, on the side of LaggIT right now, all 5 members.
Yeah, I think they're trying to look for an engage here, and they did land as well, Sim.
Yeah. Ooh, uses the cleanse pretty well here. Noxemia is cut to half HP because Northstream's damage is pretty insane at the moment.
We have Banshees now on Northstream. I do
And
believe...
look at, oh my God, look at the boss side. Look at Nasus. He is just free pushing this tower. This tower owes him his lunch money. They are, of course, with this trying to answer with a Baron play. Of course, with champions like Vayne, this Baron will go down very quickly. But can Team ITK answer back this Baron? Can they do anything? Fink over here looking for a flank perhaps. The Baron is very soon to going down. They do get the Baron, but however, now some of their members are getting caught up. We'll see how this goes. Arthur just dies from that. The Northstream is still alive. But so far the fight is going in the way of Team LaggIT, and LaggIT comes out ahead because of course this was a 4v5 because Dr. Worm wasn't there the whole time.
The late teleport from Dr. Worm unfortunately makes it so that I don't think that the LaggIT is even gonna lose their inhibitor of this play.
No, they aren't, but however, it has gone all the way down to the tower there. So there is a little bit of a win from the ITK, but of course now the dragon will probably most likely go to the side of LaggIT. And now, if they get this dragon, they're 1 dragon away from getting the dragon. So how good would it be for LaggIT to get the dragon?
I actually believe that if they don't get one-shotted by the Syndra, I do believe that the Ocean Soul will make them much healthier in sieges, which means that if they get dangerously low, they can actually regen and keep on sieging. So I do believe that the Ocean Soul will be very, very helpful for IT.
Definitely. And then, oh, meanwhile over here, Snowwolf does not know about this, what's happening here, and she just gets taken down.
She is gone.
Yeah. At least for the vision play, it seems like LaggIT has a stronger grasp over here on the bot middle side. The entire bottom side of the river is owned by LaggIT with these visions.
Yeah, LaggIT has pretty much the entire bot side in lockdown of the enemy wards. There's corona distancing, no wards too close to each other, and that's why there's only 1 ward for ITK in their entire bot side jungle.
No, definitely. And look at this. Look at all these wards. They know exactly what's going to happen in this bottom side of the jungle of ITK's side. So, like, ITK, they just can't walk in there because their pick potential on LaggIT is so strong.
Like, absolutely.
Oh, and over here, Fat Cat. Was he about to get called out? Or maybe it's Vide who gets called out.
It looks like he's gonna be able to run away, or maybe they're actually looking for more. No, Malphite is too tanky.
Diana is pushing the bot side. She's probably gonna get this if uncontested, but of course Northstream and Dr. Worm is going down, both of them. So the push will stop. But oh my God, look at the damage dealt by these cannon minions. Very close to dying, the bot tower.
Yeah,
Snowwolf is caught out again, but can she do anything? Can she get out of this? No, she cannot, and she is dead again. They're engaged They're just picking off the engage.
Yeah, and this is actually kind of bad for ITK, because the Leona is one of the two frontliners, and the Nasus isn't very strong. But there's a flash from the Nasus.
Flashes in. He's just trying to make a play, but it's a misplay. It's not a play.
Ooh, that was I don't know if the call was to go in, but the twirl seed slam. Oh, a great combo from North Stream, and an even greater ult from Vidde.
But they're able to take down North Stream. Meanwhile, Fat Cat on a hat, trying to answer back. They're trying to get Fat Cat on a hat, but can they actually get him?
No, I think the Grace was gonna live, but that was very close to being very bad from on IT side, but a very good Malphite ulti actually managed to pull them back.
Yeah, oh my god, and now it's about 6,000 gold lead. LaggIT definitely seems like they might be on a great poise to win this game. Things are definitely not going in the favor of ITK right now.
Yeah, I think that
they keep having to fight 4v5. Snowwolf going in, she thinks she has the damage, but the only one alive is Fat Cat on a hat. Nobody else is alive, there is no follow-up damage.
The Graves is way too weak, and I think that Snowy Wolf might also die by the twirl seed.
Oh my god, we are definitely seeing a lot of misplays from both sides of Snowwolf and Dr. Worm at the moment, but what do you call it? But I guess they just felt like they had to go in. They had to stop the siege somehow, because now they are 2 inhibitors down.
Yeah, I think they got a bit too pressured, not wanting to lose the second inhibitor. But I think it's very difficult for Leona and Graves to deal with the situation when Graves is this far behind. So
Definitely,
I think they needed to just leave the inhibitor and let it die.
Definitely. Nas is now at 357 farm. He is definitely getting there, no doubt about it. But it's still not enough damage for the late game.
Yeah, like this Nasus, as I said earlier, if they wanted to go for like a late game LaggIT, they would need to shut this Nasus down. And with the early kill on Nasus and with the going Comet managing to bully him out very well, this Nasus has been very, very weak this entire game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you can definitely feel that maybe Dr. Worm 8 isn't that familiar with this Nasus and how to play him too, because it seems like he's missing a lot of those Q executes as well. And now he's just going to walk in on the own side of the jungle. LaggIT, they are doing an excellent job with vision control at the moment. They own the entire side of the top jungle now. Very smart play, because soon it's going to be the Baron.
Yeah, in a little bit it's going to be Baron time. And I do believe that LaggIT will be able to kill it relatively quickly with champions like Vayne and Lilia actually.
Definitely.
But the question is actually, are they looking instead of maybe taking the dragon instead? Because the soul would be very beneficial for LaggIT.
It would definitely be. I wish I had some information at the moment on when the dragon will spawn. But
North Stream flashes out of the ult from Malphite.
Oh yeah, that was very, very close. Very close indeed. If North Stream got caught off there, that might have just been the end of the game. But it seems with that flash, they feel reassured. North Stream cannot come close to them anymore, so they want to just go for the Baron. No vision on the side of ITK, so they don't even know that this Baron is being taken probably. Or maybe they do. The Graves is going now. He's going now. He's just going to try. He's going to try to get the vision now. And now they know. They actually know. They know that they're taking it. They have to back off. They have to let the Baron come back. Dragon is spawning very soon. Let's see what happens to this dragon. This dragon will be a very important one. A dragon soul sounds amazing from the side of LaggIT.
Oh, there's an ult coming out from Lilia, and is this going to be a kill on the Graves before the Baron?
Oh my god, and a kill on the Graves is terrible. Meanwhile, Instruct is just soloing the bot side Ocean Drake, because nobody is at the Ocean Drake. And now
the Twer's lead from downtown.
Dr. Worm is alone, he's just getting caught out.
Oh, this is really bad for ITK. And I think
yeah, definitely.
This might be a Baron into a top push.
Yeah, this just might be the end of the game. I mean, just too many misplays from the side of ITK with the top laner, and also jungle just getting caught out like that. But of course, it's understandable that they get caught out so much, because once again, LaggIT's vision control is really good. Look at the side. Look at the vision control on the side of ITK. Completely defensive, and there isn't that much vision at all, actually.
The teleport.
Meanwhile, on
bot
LaggIT's
from
side, teleport on boss side.
Oh, Vidde is very, very tanky. He actually doesn't take that much damage. Don't say at all.
Definitely very tanky. And just like this, it seems like LaggIT wants to go for the final push. It's 4 members for another 3 seconds. Can ITK do this defense? Can they hold on?
The stun?
They get a great, and they killed and struck like that. Their carry is dead. Their carry is dead. They have to back off. If they fight now, they will lose. Their carry is dead.
Oh, but they're looking to go in on Worm 8 actually.
They were looking to go in on Worm 8. Snowwolf does a CC on Vida. Quick goes for a
4-man stun!
4-man stun, but Arthur is left alone, so Arthur's able to deal all the DPS he wants to the end of the team. And just like that, ITK is winning the fight. Dr. Worm goes for a flash play. He's trying to hit it, but his Q just doesn't deal enough damage, and what do you call it? Lydia is too quick. But ITK does win. They do win the fight.
LaggIT decided to not actually recall after the Baron, which is a mistake. And Flash makes sure that Quick doesn't die to the Syndra.
Definitely. LaggIT, this game could have been LaggIT's like just in the bag, but they've given ITK a chance again. He might have a chance to just make a comeback like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like that was almost very scary actually. The 4-man Lilia ult, and there was also a 4-man Diana ult, but unfortunately that doesn't actually result in anything for the side of IT.
Yeah, and because of course the damage follow-up, you know, right? Vayne was dead. They didn't have the damage follow-up, or not enough of it.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough damage after the Instruct got picked before the fight.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I talked about how Dr. Worm 8 doesn't have damage, but he is going to start getting scary. 450 stacks now on his Q. He is going to start to hurt, and he is going to start to get very tanky. And now he is looking to push this top turret, because no one is ready to stop him at the moment. But of course, LaggIT, they know that they're the team fighting team. They want to get the picks, they want to get the fight, so all 4 of them grouped up on the mid lane with Lilia going topside to defend.
Yeah, absolutely. And
we're going and using his ult to take out the top turret. What do you think about using your ult just like that?
As we can see, they're actually going for the top tower. Are they going to try and collapse on the Nasus?
They might be. It might be a very good play. I mean, no objectives soon, but Nasus is a huge front line. You definitely don't want the Nasus to die. He's trying to back off. He's hoping that they don't actually notice him, and he might actually succeed.
I think he's absolutely succeeding. I think that if we look real quick, the Nasus ulti only has a 75 seconds cooldown. And I think it's fine using your ult on Nasus if you need to kill the tower quick. Because if you didn't do that, he might have already been dead by now.
Definitely, you have a great point there. His ult is already about 2/3 way back to being out of, being out of cooldown again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's absolutely going to be up for the next team fight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and a viewer over here smartly mentions that comeback is definitely possible. As you mentioned, the Ocean Soul would be much more worth if ITK had a lot more poke. But ITK doesn't have a lot of poke, they have a lot of burst.
Absolutely, but we can see Rustation going in on Fat Cat on a hat, and
Fat Cat on a hat is able to get away. Nordstream goes to the flash, answers with another flash to get away from it. Lilia is going for the boss side. He gets the double thing, one of them being Arthur, but Arthur has the cleanse, so he's able to get away from it. Snowwolf is too tanky, so it doesn't go in. Dr. Worm goes in. A fight on the mid side over here. Ult whiffs everybody, and going in. Nice ult. Oh, and just like that, the support is down, but one for one so far. A 3-man ultimate, and just like that, LaggIT wins the fight, and they might just win the game like this if Nordstream isn't able to defend it properly.
Yeah, this might actually be a game right here. And while the combo was absolutely possible, it just didn't happen for ITK. LaggIT kept on getting really good engages, and I wanted being special attention to Quick's Swirl Seeds, which were on point this game.
Oh yeah, definitely, and just like that, it is the ace, and it is going to be the end of the game. And GG, well played on both sides. An exciting first match. Could have really gone any way, but of course some misplays coming in from the side of ITK. And just like that, LaggIT takes the first game.
Absolutely, and my league client is not feeling that well right now.
Yeah, you could probably just like exit it.
Let's see if I actually can. Alright, well, that's interesting. But as we saw that there was a very close game for like the majority of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was one-sided, but it just kept being on that stable one-sided side. And you can see here the damage. You definitely have to give props to Nordstream. I mean, the amount of influence he had on the game was insane. But in the end, it wasn't enough because on the side of ITK, there were just too many little misplays. Too many times they were getting caught off because their vision control wasn't as strong as LaggIT's. LaggIT had their vision control was extremely strong throughout the entire jungle of ITK's side, so they were able to always consistently catch off their members.
Absolutely. I believe that IT was able to get way too many picks, and I really want to highlight both Quick and Vidde, as they landed some huge abilities during the later games on the fight that really got some of the very important picks in the game. And Quick landed some insane twirl seeds, which he then ulted off to get so many picks and kept LaggIT in the game when it was looking very dire.
Definitely have to give props to those two players. In the end, we thought that Instruct would actually come off very strong and hard, but of course, I mean, but it seemed like at least one thing that ITK did really well was shut down the Vayne in the team fights. The Vayne wasn't really able to deal that much damage. As you can see, Arthur actually had a much better time on the Xayah trying to deal the damage.
Yeah, like, even though that ITK did lose, North Stream or the Syndra did a lot for a lot of the fights. Her combos to stun the backline and often get a pick off that was actually obscene. And unfortunately, if they had a bit more damage on the Graves in a few points during this match, they would have actually gotten a kills from some of the picks that Syndra got. But unfortunately, the Graves fell behind early, and from that it was a struggle for him to come back.
Oh yeah, definitely, it was a struggle. I mean, and we have to note, like, what do you call it? I mean, like, ITK did have a better late game, I still think. It's just that these little picks, like, the thing is, it doesn't matter how good your late game is, if in the end, you're always going to be fighting 4v5 or something like that.
Yeah, and like, so speaking of 4v5, it was very hard for ITK to ever fight anything more than that, because Team IT did a very good job, or LaggIT rather, did a very good job of shutting down this Nasus top lane.
Definitely. The Nasus top lane, if it got unchecked, if they didn't shut him down, it would have been a monster at this point of the game. But unfortunately, the damage wasn't enough. He didn't have enough tankiness, and therefore Team ITK's front line, which should have been extremely beefy with Graves, with Leona, and with Nasus, and with a really good backline, it crumbled. It crumbled too quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And the picks, the LaggIT was able to just like break down the front line and get the picks on the back line immediately. And while Xayah and Syndra both got really fed very early, it was very difficult for them to actually get picks or trying to engage on the opposing team when Vidde and Quick was so, like, use their abilities so well in order to put them in precarious situations.
Definitely. And just going into game one, if you, Dino, if you're ITK, what should you try to talk about? Like, what are things to talk about, and then try to improve for the second game?
I think that well, from what I saw from this game, Arcus and North Stream, the AD carry mid laner, played very, very well. And I do believe if they pick a jungler that's a bit more supportive, maybe not necessarily an Ivern, but possibly a Sejuani or an Amumu, this could have gone a lot better. Something to help them deal damage. Because a lot of the times it felt like they didn't have the tools or the positioning. They couldn't be positioned where they wanted to do optimal damage. And unfortunately, after the Graves fell off so early, he struggled a lot getting back into the game. Whereas someone like Amumu or Sejuani would have been still to some degree useful.
All right. Well, then in that case, for everybody, we're going to go on a short break, but we'll see you back in 10 minutes for game 2 of LaggIT versus ITK, Chalmers versus KTH, and we'll see where this show match goes. Will LaggIT get a victory out, or will ITK give a comeback and put it to an exciting last game?
Yes.
Thank you all for watching so far.
Stay tuned. And hello.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the stream. I hope you all had a good break. We just finished off an exciting first game between LaggIT and ITK. LaggIT took the first game, but we'll see if ITK can make a comeback or if LaggIT is just showing they are, at the moment, the better League of Legends team out there. Dino, how are you doing so far, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, actually. How are you doing, Ejoon?
Yeah, I gotta say, I am super, super excited. The first game was an exciting series. It was back and forth and back and forth. In the end, LaggIT took the lead and they got the victory. This time we'll see if it goes the other way. And some people have been asking in the comments, so is SCL just for League of Legends? And no, SCL is for esports in general. If you're interested in any other games such as StarCraft, League of Legends, Dota, so on, so on, any type of competitive games. It could even be fighting games such as Smash or Tekken. Make sure to DM us. Make sure to talk to some of our moderators, some of the people who work in SCL. It's a passion project for all of us, and it's a privilege working with everybody so far.
Absolutely. And it's so exciting that the Showmatch is actually beginning to, has gathered quite a lot of attention. And it's very good questions that you guys are posting in the chat. So if you feel like, if you have any more questions, just ask away, and one of our admins will surely answer.
Definitely, definitely. And the chat has been exciting so far. I was able to witness some PogChamps, some Monka S, some copy passes here and there. It seems that the chat is lively. I'm extremely lively. Dino, I have to feel that you're also extremely lively at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually very excited for the game 2 after such an exciting game 1.
Definitely. And now it is time, so let us get to the champion select of game 2.
Yeah, I think it's ready to be well on its way. And there we go, into the champ select of game 2.
Alright, and let's see what the first bans are going to be for the side of ITK, this time playing on the blue side. They do get the first ban and the first pick.
Yes, and they
Banning
do...
out the Malphite.
Oh, they did ban out with the Malphite, and this is probably a very good cause. Like, Malphite is a very potent champion. And as we saw, Vide very, utilized him well.
Once again, a target ban on Nord Stream's Victor. Nord Stream, I remember he told me that he definitely likes to play Victor a lot. He could definitely say it's one of his favorite picks at the moment in the current meta. Once again, banning out the Jhin, taking away basically the strongest AD carry in the game.
We also see the repeat Garen ban. They might be a bit scared. And they do ban again. They're leaving Echo open this time.
They are leaving Echo open this time, and I've heard about the Echo from Rustasian. Dino, how good is Rustasian's Echo?
Rustation's Echo is...
Rustation, my bad.
Yeah, no, but Rustation's Echo is very decent. It's very good from what I've seen of it. He can actually do some very insane plays with his chrono shift and angling his Q in the right way so that it hits both parts, even when it feels like a tricky angle.
If you're the side of LaggIT, would you want to change strategy, or would you like to maybe go with the same pick? This time, a little bit of a reverse. Last time LaggIT just first picked the Vayne. This time they are first picking the Caitlyn. They are already setting into stone. We are going to have a dominant bot lane this time.
Yes, I think that the Caitlyn first pick is absolutely a lot safer than the Vayne first pick. But we do see Kai'Sa answer the Caitlyn, and
definitely.
I'm not too sure of how it'll go in laning phase actually. And we see maybe another Diana from Rustation.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, in the previous game, Diana did fare very poorly against North Stream's exceptional, exquisite Syndra, of course.
Absolutely, but the question is, does ITK want to pick Syndra for a second game in a row and maybe face a similar problem they did last game, or are they gonna swap it up with another jungler?
Definitely. Let's see what the two picks is. Going for the Fiddle jungle. And let's see what they want to pick as their third pick before we go into the second ban phase. Yeah,
they seemingly Nalus or Leona or something tanking bot lane, which I think is a very good idea in this meta.
Definitely. One thing that ITK definitely seems to be banking on is having a good frontline tank support to support the ADC and to make sure that the ADC is peeled well.
Absolutely, and Now it's IT's pick, and we'll see what they decide to do as their last pick before banning phase 2. They go for
Once
the
again,
Pantheon again.
Yeah. Going for that Pantheon, confident picking from the side of Noxemia. He is feeling it right now with this Pantheon. He thinks, ooh, you know what? I'm just gonna win again with this Pantheon. Despite going once again, this time against a Caitlyn and a Leona. This is an even tougher lane than a Xayah and a Leona.
Absolutely, and I think the IT banned the outside Syndra very wisely, and the Lilia ban also, which I think are two very well bans, considering how the last game went.
Definitely the 2 stars of last game, if you think about it.
The question is though, does IT want to try and put the Pantheon top lane? Because while
that is true, Pantheon is a bit of a flex pick in this meta at the moment.
Oh, and there actually goes on a Mumu ban. And we'll
Let
see
us see what Vida picks.
I think they're probably going to want to pick their jungler right now, so they can pick, the Hecarim. So they can...
Hecarim is another strong pick. Once again, are they opting to go for another scaling... Or no, this is a mid lane pick. A scaling mid lane this time, from North Stream.
That would be
Perhaps.
very interesting, actually.
I mean, because this time you have the strong bot lane side, which is guaranteed to probably at least go ahead against that the other team. And you have a Fiddlestick, oppressive with the ganks.
Absolutely. And I think that... Oh, they do opt for the Kayle instead.
Oh my god, and this time they are going for another tactic. Instead of North Stream being the pivot, being the ganker, being the rotations for the mid lane side, he is instead opting to become the hyper carry of this game, with Caitlyn, with Fiddlestick, with Leona supporting him in the early game.
They could also have put the Kayle top, but it does look like it's going to be Kayle mid, actually.
Yeah, with Mundo on the top side too. This is a very interesting team comp I am seeing from the side of ITK. They are lacking a little bit of CC, I feel like, overall, but in the end, you have such strong CC from Leona and Fiddlestick, even more if you consider Caitlyn's trap. It might be just enough to compensate.
Yeah, and as the last pick, they decide to pick the Sion into the Mundo.
Definitely, smart drafting from the side of LaggIT. They saw that Vida. They first thought that Vida and Dr. Wormwood 8 was going to be an even matchup, but it turns out it might have been a bit of a mismatch. Therefore, they are of course going to save their last pick for the top lane pick. So they're essentially trying to pick a counter pick with the Sion, essentially trying to push Vida ahead to ensure that he wins the lane. But Dino, in this case, what would you say, Sion versus Dr. Mundo?
I don't actually know about that lane. I think that Sion could potentially have a very good lane. I think in general, kills shouldn't happen too much for either side.
Definitely.
And I think they are two very hard people to gank.
Yeah, but when it comes to overall team count, which side do you think, what are the strengths of LaggIT's side, for sure?
I think what LaggIT's side has that is a bit more lacking in ITK side, which is the left side, is that LaggIT has a lot more engage and follow-up, because everyone on on LaggIT side can follow up a Sion ult or Hecarim ult. Granted, it's not on the other side of the map. But if they're nearby, we can follow up with a Pantheon ult, with a Kai'Sa ult. Hecarim is very fast, and Diana has a very moderately long dash. So I think
that is true.
I think also this LaggIT team will want to fight very close to each other.
Definitely, but let us talk about the late game then. How scary is this Kayle, and how would it fare against the other team? Who's on a timer this game essentially?
I actually think that LaggIT would be a bit more on a timer, since on the side of ITK we both have Kayle and Caitlyn, which I do think will actually fare very well versus the enemy team, since while they have a lot of engage, if they can just put Leona to tank the initial Sion charge, and then just Kayle ult the Leona, then that's a lot of damage that's gonna be soaked by the Kayle ult. And Kayle and Caitlyn, I think both can, to some degree, self-sustain, self-kite. It's gonna be kind of difficult versus the Pantheon, but if they play it correctly, they'll be able to do a lot of damage, while LaggIT can't pull the trigger, really.
No, yeah, for sure, for sure. And I have to say, I do feel a little bit of concern for ITK's early game, except for the bot lane, of course. But in this case, it might put a bit of a pressure on the bot lane side. How important is it for Caitlyn and Leona to get much more ahead than the Kai'Sa and Pantheon for this bot lane? Is it important, or can they just play safe? But then in that case, Kai'Sa gets big.
I don't think that they should play safe, but I do think they should try and utilize. I think they should be able to have pressure bot lane, because if they can have pressure bot lane, and I'm not sure how mid lane will actually fare, because Diana Kayle is not a match I've seen a lot, then they could potentially help Fat Cat on a Hat come ahead with like assistance in the jungle and jungle skirmishes versus the enemy jungler. And if the Fiddlesticks can come ahead, that's actually very big if they are also able to have vision control around the map.
No, yeah, definitely. And, you know, it will definitely depend a lot on Kvik. I mean, we saw an amazing performance from him on the Lily, absolutely on a tear, terrorizing the side lanes. And this time on the Hecarim. Hecarim also another really strong ganker. So, like, it's going to be interesting to see, like, what he can do. And if he's actually going to counter jungle Fat Cat on a Hat, because I'm going to guess Hecarim has a much more better advantage against someone like, essentially, Fiddlestick.
Yeah, I do think that in the early game, the Fiddlesticks will absolutely struggle versus the Hecarim. The Hecarim will, and especially since Hecarim has both Ghost and Smite, unless there's walls nearby that Fiddlesticks can get far away from the Hecarim, I don't think he's living for very long.
Yeah, definitely. And over here we see now we are in the game, everybody. Game 2 of LaggIT versus ITK. LaggIT currently up 1-0. ITK is currently and ITK needs to get this comeback if they want to get to a third game. If you're on the side of LaggIT, make some noise on the chat. Put out some pog chants. Put out some whatever cheer you want for LaggIT.
To Summoner's Rift.
Let's see if I can just fix a small error. Currently it says that it's a 1-1, but that is not the case, and currently I can't change that, but since there's an invade going on for the LaggIT side.
We'll see how this invade goes. Once again, they are showing how aggressive they are with the flash play. He begins with the flash, but it's not enough. Not enough damage follow-up, not enough commitment for everybody else, so it's just a flash used. Contrast to last game, this invade didn't work out, and it was on the same target too with Dr. Worm.
Yeah, I feel like Dr. Worm positioned himself a lot more carefully, and they had a lot more people there, so that the flash from Nox actually doesn't pan out to anything.
Yeah, definitely. And over here, I mean, we can see like the beginnings of the game. Without a flash on Noxemia, he can't do like really aggressive level 2 plays. I could see one of their win conditions in bot lane being if they get a level 2 advantage, they can maybe just flash and jump in on the Caitlyn. But now he can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do think this is actually going to be very relevant for the bot lane. Caitlyn and Leona should feel a lot safer now that the Pantheon doesn't have the hard engage that he usually should have.
Oh yeah, and Kvik, recognizing that he is the stronger laner, goes for the blue. And I wonder if Fiddlestick knows about the Fiddlestick, of course, a jungler that is very reliant on the blue buff. If Kvik doesn't have information on this, oh yeah, but they do on the or no, actually they don't. So Kvik. So Fat Cat on a Hat, he is just gonna go. He's gonna try to get the blue buff, but he will actually find nothing.
Oh. Yeah, and this is actually really bad for the side of ITK. Fiddlesticks is a jungler that like really wants a blue buff. But it might even look like
yeah, a little bit of a
Kvik
skirmish
wants
here
more.
that might happen soon for Kvik versus Fat Cat on a Hat. Fat Cat on a Hat meeting him out, going in, boom, a nice roll from Dr. Worm, gonna get the kill on Kvik, and just like that, Kvik goes down, so all the advantage he built up, it's gone.
Ooh, this is actually really good for
And the bot
ITK.
side of the skirmish, we talked about that flash not existing with Noxemia, and therefore he's not able to commit as much as he wants on the bot side skirmish either.
Yeah, indeed, and this was very poor by. This is really good. This could have been a very bad situation for ITK, but he managed to get the pick. Unfortunately, I do believe it's the Mundo that actually got the kill. Yes, it is. So that means that Fiddlesticks is still trying to jungle blueless, and only manages to counter jungle the Raptors from IT.
But at least a counter jungle is a counter jungle. I'm sure Fat Cat on the hat does not care. He will just take that. He will just take his wins and go away. At least he's got an assist. At least he got the Mundo fed and a head in this early game matchup, which we thought was going to be on the side, on the advantage of Vida. And giving Dr. Worm that early kill might actually help him a lot. Arthur getting caught out. He got ignited, but that ignite might not be enough. He does miss the Q, so he does survive, but a heal is used, as well as... Oh, no, not. The flash wasn't actually used, but a heal is definitely used still.
Yeah, and I do believe that this is... oh, and the Q actually lands. This is like the strength of Instraki and Nox. They're very scary, and I feel that they've already used the heal from Articus, which makes the lane a lot more unsafe.
Oh, and just like that now, Snowwolf getting caught out. Arthur can't actually DPS even if he wants to because he's just too low. It's just too risky. Meanwhile, there might be a skirmish going on the bottom side jungle. They have to let go. Yeah, they have to let go in the beginning with the Kale and the Fiddlestick. They're just not strong enough to go against the Diana and the Hecarim.
Yeah. And as we can see, like even after the early first blood for the Mundo, there is a big advantage there, but the jungle difference is actually not that major. It's only roughly 1 camp up for the Fiddlesticks in terms of gold.
And yeah, Arthur just low. At this point, I think it might just be better to back off and try to look for and try to get some HP and some items. But Arthur and Snowwolf, they're deciding to be a bit greedy right now. They're deciding to stay. They want to get the farm. But right now, the minion advantage, even the push advantage, is on the side of LaggIT's bot lane.
Yeah, they're looking to try and freeze this, and they're successful.
Definitely.
But a Fat Cat on the hat is actually on the way bot lane.
Oh yeah, but a bit too early on the engage, and they had the ward, they had the vision, they were ready for the counter, they were ready for just running away, so they were able to get out scot-free. Northstream gets caught there from the Diana, but he's having no problem so far, and if he gets to level 6, that's when things start to get scary.
Now things will be frozen for just a second, as I try and fix a unfortunate issue that has arrived on stream.
Definitely. At least for now, I can give some colorless commentary. Right now, it seems that Kvik is once again going for some of the invades. He does recognize he is the stronger, more dominant jungle in the beginning of the game, so he is going for this. He's going for the Krugs, and will he be able to get it? It might be a smite battle. The smite battle, he wins, and Fat Cat on a hat is in a bit of a trouble because he's trying to run away, but Kvik is a bit too strong in the early game. He is able to get away with his life, but that is a huge win on the side of Kvik on Hecarim. Once again stealing the blue buff.
Someone that something that we didn't quite catch on camera was that Vida actually did try an ult to help Kvik in that skirmish, but just unfortunately didn't swerve well enough and landed straight into the wall.
Definitely, Vida needs to play a bit more what you call a Trackmania. He definitely needs to work on his drifting skills tonight. It wasn't good enough for now, but Dr. Worm and Vida, yeah, of course, I mean, it's a tank versus tank. At least for now, they're just trading a bit of blows here and there, but they're both healthy. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Arthur was able to go back now, so the lane has stabilized, but there is a CS advantage on the side of Instruct. Quite a bit of a CS advantage, actually.
Oh, and there's Vida is actually managing to pop Dr. Worm's ult, and Dr. Worm is going in for the fight, and the missed decimate.
Yeah, this fight will actually be on the side of Dr. Worm if Dr. Worm is able to get his Qs. That is, if he is.
Oh, this decimate hits and the shield. Oh, but the E missed.
Just like that, Dr. Worm gets a solo kill on the top side. He is giving a redemption of his performance last game, and now he's on this Mundo. He's 2 kills ahead, and he has his Bomby Cinders already completed. This means he's on prime real estate position to get the Sunfire Aegis and become an absolute terror in the top side.
Yeah, like that was this is very good for the side of ITK actually. He manages to pick up that solo kill from what looked like actually a advantage for Team IT in the top lane, even after the first blood.
However, one thing definitely we have to talk about, a little bit of concern, is the fact that Hecarim is farming so much more than the Fiddlestick right now. They both haven't ganked a lot. They both are much more focusing on this farm, but Hecarim has so much more. He is so much stronger. He's already going for the Herald.
Yeah, and something that we also saw in the bot lane was that Noxemia traded his flash for Articuses, and this is, I think, very good, as a flashless Caitlyn is a lot squishier than a flashless Pantheon.
Definitely, and we have to once again commend the bot lane and their dominant performance. Even with a strong pick as Caitlyn, they are on a tear right now. They're just taking down every single plate that this turret has to offer. This bottom turret plate on the blue side has seen hell. It has been terrorized by both sides, both games.
Ooh, and Vide is also managing to get a top side plate, but took tower aggro and might actually die for this one.
Yes, Vita has to be careful. He has to realize that
Twix on
this
the way.
isn't the same Dr. Worm. Oh, but Dr. Worm is getting ganked right now. Does he have ult? He does have ult, but does he have enough HP to get away? I think that answer might be yes. He has enough burst. And just like that, there he was able to get away with it. But will Kvik actually put the Herald down? No, he won't. He won't put the Herald down here. There's not much. There's too little to gain from that.
Yeah,
North Stream. One thing to talk about North Stream is his farm is equal. He is going to get to level 18 in a very healthy position.
Yeah, but like the thing is, we say that, but we're also not noticing that Rustation is farming pretty much identically as well. And then it's
Definitely.
up to... Ooh, there's a fight in the bot lane.
Yeah. Oh, and what a great ult on Fat Cat on a hat. Absolutely tears apart the team. And just like that, they do have priority on the dragon. Oh my god.
The station is caught.
It's the Diana caught off. The Diana might be caught off.
3-man ult.
But a great ult from North Stream. It protects Fat Cat. And just like that, it seems like Kvik might go down. Just like that, Instruct is trying to do as much damage as he can. But he doesn't have enough damage. And Fat Cat on a hat just uses the broken stopwatch. Or I mean, it wasn't broken. Now it's broken, of course. And now like that, ITK gets a huge advantage, and they're going to get the first dragon, and they're the late game team.
Yeah, this is a very good start for Team ITK.
Noxem trying to come in with a flank. Can he do anything? No, he cannot.
Barely missed the spear. But as we like, that was a very well Sanyas from a Fat Cat on a hat actually.
Here, look at Soli. She's caught up by Noxemia. She might just end up having to give up her life. Or does she have flash? No, she doesn't. But she can't escape the pit. She's trying to her best, but Noxemia, he's playing with his food because he wants to give it to Rustasen. Because Rustasen, of course, oh my god, but he has to use Ignite in the end because he was too greedy. He wanted to give the kill, and now she doesn't even go down.
Yeah, Snowwolves lives there, and I think this might have been miscommunication of Pantheon being a bit too scared of where the enemy team was. Okay, he didn't go in on the Leona in the pit when she was alone.
Definitely. And here we see the Hecarim trying to gank again the top side. They notice they had desperately need to get Vita ahead. This was supposed to be the matchup that was supposed to be on the favor of LaggIT, but so far that hasn't been the case.
Ooh, but a great dive from IT, just picks up the kill on Artiker.
Oh, but Noxemia cannot get away, so it's a 1-for-1.
Noxemia actually dies there, which is not ideal at all for IT, and even though it's probably still an advantage for Team IT, Instruct didn't get a kill, but there's a gank in the mid lane.
North Stream, great flash from him. They're able to narrowly get away, but can't Kvik get away? No, he cannot! North Stream is on a rampage!
Oh my god, this is very dire for IT, and that was a great flash and managing to punish Kvik by walking into the tower.
Oh my gosh, the pressure must be getting onto the... And a gank from Fat Cat on the hat on the mid lane is enough to get Rustasen. Things are going disastrous right now on the side of LaggIT.
Yeah, this is very, very scary for LaggIT, especially considering that the enemy's late game is very scary. We'll see how, if they even manage to bring this back or stabilize at all.
No, definitely.
It looks like a pick in bot lane though.
A bit low. Oh my god, in the boss side, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
This might actually be two if they manage to stick on the Leona. And with the killer instincts from Kai'Sa, she's actually managing to keep up with Leona. Oh, but the damage from the drain.
The damage might be enough, but Instruct is so low, but he cannot run away. It's either give it to Kale or give it to Fiddlestick. He decides to give it to Fiddlestick. Let's discuss the moment about Kale. 4-0, 100 farm, and already has Nashor's Tooth.
Yeah, this Kale is very, very scary, and she already has Nashor's Tooth. I think she really spikes at around 2 or 3 items, but considering that she's very soon level 11 and already has like so much gold, 1,000 more than the opposing mid lane even. She's well on her way to actually be this like this basically rapid fire cannon of a champion.
No, definitely. I mean, bot lane's going pretty even, mid lane's on the advantage. It seems like for LaggIT, their win condition is in the bottom lane. They've been winning all the skirmishes, they're up on CS, Kai'Sa has the better mid game for sure. They might have to push with that, right?
That is very possible. I don't remember if I think that the herald that IT got actually timed out. Because I don't remember.
Nord Stream caught out here on the mid side. Can he actually get away? This too much CC. Well-timed ult, but in the end it's not enough, and Nord Stream goes down, giving the shutdown gold to Rustasen. A well-needed shutdown gold.
Oh, and before we can talk about that, there's a fight breaking out in the bot lane. Is Kvik gonna be able to live?
Kvik for ages. Kvik goes down very low, but and he's just gonna go down like that. But Instruct, is he able to get the kill? Instruct is able to get the kill. He actually gets the shutdown kill. Snowdown cannot do anything against that. Arthur gets a kill on Noxemia, and Instruct gets a kill on, or no, he doesn't actually get a kill on it. And just like that, Snowwolf goes in. She gets the sun in. This means that the Kai'Sa
the
is
killer
probably
instinct?
going to die. Oh, wait a second.
Oh,
No!
Instruct double kills!
Gets the double kill, and a TP comes in, but can he do anything with the TP? He might. You get the speed from it. Bam, 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 and Nordstrom gets the shutdown. Shutdown after shutdown after shutdown. This game is another game of back and forth.
That was very good from LaggIT, the entire start of that fight. And as I said, this is the strength with LaggIT's comp. We saw that the Rustation went in on a kill that was alone, and from over the wall there came a Hecarim, and from other side of the map there came a Pantheon. They have such good pick potential, and it escalated into a very good fight for IT.
Oh yeah, definitely, and they get the mid tower for that. At least dragon-wise, we have an advantage here on ITK side, but LaggIT must be wanting to look for the second dragon. It is a wind dragon. They have really strong ultimates. They might want to keep that. You know, more Hecarim ults, more Pantheon ults, more mobility in the end for the whole entire team.
Yeah, and I feel this Windrake will actually not give movement speed. It gives cooldown ult reduction.
No, exactly. That's what I meant with the cooldowns and
Yeah.
everything. The skirmish going on the top side, but Dr. Worm, of course, is just basically not gonna die. I mean, he's playing Mundo. You can't really kill a Mundo. Last time I checked.
Yeah, or maybe can you? There seems to be a fight, and either Vida or Mundo is gonna die.
Vida has to flash away.
Oh, and it looks like Vida concedes the fight, and but Worm is not done. Worm flashes to try and kill Vida. Oh, and Vida actually just barely manages to win that 1v1.
What a misplay. Worm could have just taken that save. I mean, it was his lane to lose.
I think Worm was happy with forcing the opposing top laner's flash, but decides to greed to get a kill and dies for it, which is
That
really
greed
bad.
might cost him. And it might not cost them much, but you never know. Oh, just Leona is caught off. They get a kill on the Leona. Are they going to look for a gank on Arthur? They might.
Oh, killer instincts from Kai'Sa?
Kindred, yes, killer instinct goes in. Oh no, the ult wasn't able to encompass that much, and now she's going to get drove. They're getting doped by 4 members. It is an absolute sandwich on the side of LaggIT. LaggIT winning with these kind of stuff. But then comes but then comes the Kayle. Kayle coming in with the damage, but this Kayle isn't that big yet, so she can't really 1v4 like this. And Kayle goes down, Noxemia taking the kill, and my god, that was disastrous from the side of ITK.
Yeah, but like this is also one thing I see, because on the side of LaggIT we also have like, not only do we have a team that can like follow up, they also have the teleports, and from just a gank from Kvik eventually became a 4 people dive on the enemy jungler in the bot lane.
Yeah, and LaggIT now 3k gold ahead. We said in the beginning that things were going disastrously, but they brought it down. They're even going to get the top lane tower because Dr. Worm wasn't able to rotate fast enough, and he went bot lane, got nothing out of it, and he didn't rotate back top after he was done.
We can actually see that the gold lead from the mid laners has decreased from like by roughly 400 gold over the like recent times. And considering the Kayle is still getting some kills since the last time we checked, this means that Rustation is also beginning to rack up a few kills and is beginning to actually look quite scary.
Oh yeah, and now with that they're able to take the Herald. They might want to start looking mid side. It is starting to be going to become a pivotal point of the map. But no, instead they're opting to go for the top side, knowing that Dr. Worm is right now not top. No one's top at the moment for ITK. They can just push.
Let's see if IT decides to engage on this. Well, act on this knowledge. Currently they are just... ITK is looking to take the bot scuttle, and they did get the bot scuttle.
What is going on here on the side of ITK?
Oh, they're looking for a gauge. The crow storm over the wall.
Not coming in, but a miscommunication. Dr. Worm was not ready for that. And
Oh,
now
and
they
Quick
go
over
in.
the wall.
Disaster in the side of ITK.
Oh, and he played Trackmania and manages to hit Articus. Is this going to
my
result
God,
in a
and
kill though?
Arthur- Yeah, look at that. Things just aren't working out at all. Miscommunication. He went for the ult. What do you call it? Fiddlestick went for the ult, but Mundo was not ready and he just backed off.
Mundo was not ready for that, and if he was, there might have been a very different fight. Quick manages
Definitely.
to very clutchly actually come in and save, I think it was Noxemia, so that they could continue.
Definitely.
And a very beautiful Trackmania course learned with that was about to hit, and you're
yeah.
supposed to curve off them.
Vito must have heard my calls for becoming better at Trackmania because he put on his drifting wheels that time and he just absolutely drifted into Battlefield just there, getting an amazing ult into Archer and killing him in the process.
And now suddenly we have been for the majority of the game, the majority of the early game, where ITK has been in such a commanded position where they're actually around 6k gold down.
Exactly. Things are looking extremely dire on the side of ITK. There might be still a little bit of hope, but in the end, yeah, it's looking really, really bad for the side of ITK. They're down in gold. Top lane was winning, but now top lane isn't winning anymore. Bot lane should have won, but never was able to win. Mid lane was winning, but now the gap is closing. And in the jungle side, Kvik is once again showing why he is such a masterful player when it comes to these ganks.
Yeah, Quick has
Just
been...
like that, they might just go for Baron. They might just consolidate their lead.
Wait, it looks like they actually may do try and get for a Baron. They might be able to spot that the kill is taking a ward and try and bait instead. No, it looks like they're just going for the Baron. I don't think ITK probably has no vision around this. No, they have zero vision on the Baron right now.
Once again, we talked about the weakness of this ITK team at the moment, the fact that their vision game was weak last game. It is continuing to plague them this game as well.
Oh, and as we see, Team LaggIT is trying to position...
Yeah, oh, that was really close. If Nordstream got caught off there, that would have been spelled disaster for them.
So now it looks like LaggIT is going for the Dragon. And while there's absolutely some people that would say that going for the Dragon when you have Baron is the wrong call, this is what LaggIT is doing right now. And it looks like ITK won't let it go uncontested.
No, yeah, we have Fat Cat on that. Their team fight is crazy. Fat Cat on that goes away on an extremely massive ult. They're going in for the damage. They're trying to deal all the damage that they can. Bam! Goes down to Kel ult. For now, is it 1 for... Oh, it's 3 for 0. Or is it... Wait, yeah, it's 3 for 0. IDK wins the fight.
Oh, and Vida hits the wall and tries to go for cheeky kills and manages to get it.
Gets greedy. A little misplay from Snowball. She did not have to go in there. She could have just backed off.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we saw that LaggIT did actually manage to get the Baron, but they did lose the team fight. There was a beautiful ult from the Fiddlesticks and managed to get a 5-man fear. And the Kale ult to keep him alive a bit longer was what really sealed the deal.
And now with that, they're going to be able to get the mid lane tower. Let's see the gold lead. It is going to shrink to 5k. Everybody spam on chat. ITK comeback. It can still happen, is a possibility. Support ITK, but of course LaggIT also showing a valiant demonstration of early game prowess.
Absolutely. And let's see now that after that one team fight, if they have enough not only gold but also morale to be able to continue and actually get a lead going from that.
Definitely, definitely. They still have one member with the Baron buff. They can still do these kind of pushes. This mid lane tower is most surely going to go down.
Yeah, while they did actually manage to get 4 kills on LaggIT, they still Instruct with the Baron buff can still and will still make use of it for Team LaggIT.
And this is a great performance from Instruct. Last game it seemed like he was struggling to output the damage and be an impactful player because it was mostly Kvik and Noxemia show, as well as Vida on the Malphite. But this time, Instruct is he's turned it around 180. I mean, he is absolutely on the tear. He's so fed right now, and he's playing so well, positioning so well, rarely getting caught off.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying. Now I feel like he's put on a better lane and on a better champion that can handle the lane a lot more.
Oh, Nordstream is caught up. They're gonna go in for Nordstream. Great ult on his side. dodges a lot of damage, but both the carry is out of position and it's looking bad. It started looking bad, but wait, Nord Stream is alive.
Oh, Nord Stream never died, but so did Physics. But Dr. 8 does manage to die in them trying to protect the
once
tower.
again, another misplay from Dr. 8. He's very greedy. It seems like he just keeps trying to go in for these heroic plays.
Yeah, and it's quite odd. While they did lose the fight, they didn't lose it with as bad as the initial situation might have been led to believe. But Dr. 8 going for the hero play, trying to also greed to defend the tower.
And I have to say, there is only one person who is super fed in the side of ITK. It is the KO. He is 10-2 and he is level 14. Once he hits level 16, the game might flip, honestly, with Nord Stream's performance.
It very well may. And as we can see, he's currently 2 items, both the Wristmaker and the Nashor's Tooth.
Great choices.
It looks like the third item is gonna be a Lich Bane, and I do believe the burst from Kale is going to be increased significantly with the Lich Bane. Ooh, Vida actually manages.
Is able to get the blue buff.
Was it the North? Yeah, it was.
It was actually Vida. Yeah,
It's,
Vida got the blue buff.
Let's look real quick. I can't tell on this UI, so we don't know. But I think it was.
I think it was Vida actually. I think it was actually Vida.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah. Nord Stream going back. Let's see what he buys. He completed his Lich Bane. Nord Stream is he is 1 level away from becoming God mode.
Yeah, like absolutely. This Kale is very scary. But we've seen LaggIT being able to land very good engagements and Instruct in a bit of a scary situation. Luckily, it's under control.
He doesn't care. He's confident. This Instruct guy, he has been playing so well. Such immaculate positioning. Always taking damage, but not a bit too much.
Oh, he's
but now he's getting caught off. This might be... And just like that, their main carry is down. Kvik trying to go in, trying to answer back, but no, he cannot. What a terrible situation with the dragon coming up so soon. However, Sign is on the top side. Sign is trying to push. Is anyone going to stop him? Mundo is going back, so Mundo is going to be able to stop him with the push, of course.
Oh, that is very good for ITK actually. They're delaying the dragon, so but they might get caught here.
Caught here, just like that. Fat Cat on a hat goes down. This means that they don't have a jungler. They don't have a smite. So they might not be able to take Baron, even if they, Dragon, even if they want to. But Noxemia is caught off. Noxemia just gets melted by Nord Stream.
And this is the free item power spike from Kale. Like she can really do a number on some champions with a Lich Bane. And especially since Pantheon
look at the Kale. Kale doesn't care. Kale's like, you want to fight me? Fight me! And bam, he has to TP. He has to do that. He was too afraid of the Kale. Vida is going in, but is Vida actually going to invade? Arcticus is actually in a bad position here, but he is able to get away from it.
No ulti use from Vida. It might have been... I think it would have been very risky for Vida to ulti there, but it could have worked. But they, in the end, decides not to go for it.
However, the Baron is up. They are 7k ahead, but at this point, Nord Stream is very soon to level 16. If Nord Stream hits level 16, it's oh my god, look at all this. But like, does Nord Stream have to support it? He does. Kvik going for the flank. Let's see how this goes. Snowwolf finds that out. Snowwolf is able to stop him at the moment. Vida goes in, but they don't have to follow up. The follow-up is very far behind at the moment. Fat Cat goes for an ult, but he isn't actually able to ult too much. Oh my god, the fight is going everywhere now. Dr. Worm, is he able to finish off Vida? I think he will be able to. Boom, he is able to finish off Vida. Now it's a 5v4 situation. Fat Cat on a hat gets off. Fat Cat on a hat uses his ult. No, Nord Stream uses his ult and all that, and he's able to get off the damage. Instruct trying to 1v1 Nord Stream, but is it going to actually work out? It does, but Arcticus gets the answer kill.
Oh, we can see. Boom, oh, Rustation managing to get the pick.
No! And like that, LaggIT takes it. They take the fight. It was a really prolonged fight, and what are they going to do with it? Let's see. They could just push.
Yeah, like that was very well that Intra managing to get pick off. I would never think I would say this. Assassinate the Nord Stream on the opposing team, and this allowed this combined with unfortunately a Fat Cat on a hat got the Kale, but Sonya stirring it, so it couldn't actually soak any damage.
Definitely. Imagine if Kale had that ult during that situation. This game would have been might have been completely different. One little decision might have changed the outcome of the entire game.
Absolutely. I feel like if Kale doesn't die there, that's a team fight 1 for ITK.
Yeah. However, Kale is now level 16. He is completely on full motor carry mode. So let's see if Norstein will be able to carry his team. It is 9k ahead for them. They will probably get the Baron. They might even get some of the Dragons. But in the end, I still feel like ITK has a chance. What do you feel like, Dino?
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I feel even though there's a 10k advantage for LaggIT, I feel like that doesn't necessarily tell the entire picture. And this game is still...
Yeah,
very
Vita was
even.
being very aggressive there, but he's being aggressive because he's putting down the visions. Once again, great vision play from the side of LaggIT. The players on LaggIT are definitely much more experienced with how to play around vision.
Yeah, I feel like they're currently clearing the wards, and after killing like this last few, we'll be able to see that, oh, they're actually missing a ward up here. Yeah, it completely misses.
Oh, that is a great ward placement. It's a pretty famous ward placement from what I remember. It usually misses out the orb.
Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately, Nox Duskblade is gonna catch it. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, he's gonna get it.
that was a bit scary for him, well, at least. Vid is getting engaged on.
Yeah, because they're going for the Baron, but do they know? Do you know this is happening? Vita is just trying to be the front line, just trying to essentially soak it up. TP coming in from the other side. Yo, extremely huge ultimate. Assassinates the assassinates Kaiser.
Poor man, Moonfall.
Ultimate for Rustasen. But oh my god, the Kale deals so much damage. How can a man deal this much damage?
Northstream manages to just clean up house. And this is probably ITK's Baron.
Definitely. And we hear just for good measure, Dr. Worm is going back just in case they might go for a counter like split push, like backdoor.
Yeah, and I think it looks like oh, there's no tower here actually. Quick is just making sure the waves are pushed in.
Yeah. And we went from a 10k to now back to a 6k. How scared should LaggIT be right now?
I think that currently that was a fight that was very well played from ITK actually, and I don't believe that gold is going to matter too much more in the future. Possibly if LaggIT gets some defensive items, but currently I feel like most of the champions are doing what they want to do. And especially if we look at the side of ITK, they absolutely have enough damage and protectability for this side of LaggIT, unless LaggIT is able to get them picks that we were talking about in chat.
Definitely, I feel like this next dragon fight is going to be so important. LaggIT already clumped up. They're going to try to take this dragon again.
Yeah, and
but at this point, is it worth it? Is it something they should go for, or in ITK side, should they just let this go?
I think that ITK might actually want to contest this, as it's gonna lead to the Ocean Soul. And I did say that ITK does have a lot of damage, but Mountain Drake does increase your armor defensive stats by quite a bit. And it looks like
if you're on the side of LaggIT, you definitely want to take this. You want to.
Yeah, but it's ITK that doesn't actually act quick enough.
No,
and,
yeah. I'll be honest, I personally like that decision. I think it's better just to wait it out. I mean, there is in the last trick. By the time it gets to the last trick, you'll be so much stronger. But they are not gonna just stand by. They're all going in, but this means that ITK has to flank, because these are the two tanks. If Fat Cat on the hat goes in, big ult from both sides. Rustasen is already dead. Vic. The quick is that oh my god, great ult onto Snowwolf. The damage is insane.
Oh, this was a engage from LaggIT, but it turned very poor. A really great ult from both the North Stream and Fat Cat on a Hat manages to turn the entire fight around.
Definitely. And so even though they get the dragon, they lose the fight again. And if they lose too many fights like this, it's going to be ITK could just win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe that that was a very great fight from a Fat Cat on a Hat actually. Manages to fear Instruct into the K ult. As we can see, Instruct still actually has his killer instincts up, which would have allowed him to dash, but he never got a chance to.
For sure. We will see how this goes so far in the future. I have to say, with the players from Iron Section, MVP, even if they lose this game, MVP 100% will have to go to North Stream. Such an exquisite player on both game 1 and game 2. He has taken on the responsibility. even though Arthur is the captain of the team, and Arthur, I think, is essentially the main shot caller, Nordstream has been the best soldier you could ever ask for. If I'm a general, I want this man on Normandy.
Absolutely, and like Nordstream has been playing exceptionally well in both of these games, and I feel like this game compared to the last game, he actually has a bit more room and tools for himself to be able to do this damage compared to the Syndra. While he did play phenomenal on the Syndra, when he got caught it was very difficult for him to fix that, but now with the K movement speed and ult he's able to take care of himself.
Definitely. Let's see what LaggIT is doing here. They're going to push in once again. Their tactic, it's so good, but it is such an effective tactic. They've been doing this last game too. They are suffocating the vision of ITK. They're making it so that they feel so afraid to just walk out. But this time the case is different. You have someone like Munda who can just walk in and check stuff because he's so freaking tanky.
Yeah, like the thing is though, Instruct is actually very strong, and I think if Mundo checks the wrong bush, I think he might actually die from Instruct.
Definitely. And Vita is called out. And Vita might be tanky, but he is not tanky enough for this Kale. The Kale is too strong, but Vita is able to get away with his life. What an amazing escape.
Just a slimmer of health. We actually see that Articus ulti went onto the Kaisa instead of the Sion, which unfortunately makes saves Vida's life.
What could they have done potentially if it was a 5v4 situation with maybe a push on the mid side?
Possibly, yeah. I feel like ITK is playing a little scared, which is reasonable because they don't have enough vision to do what they want to do. But I also feel like they're trying to wait for the next Baron, or they're at least setting up for it.
No, definitely. It seems their focus is they want to take it safe. They don't want to put any risk right now. So far, they've been relying on the back, the heavy, big back of Nordstream to carry them through the entire game, and now they have to stand on their own. Because sooner or later, Nordstream will get caught out probably. Because at this point in if you're on LaggIT, you have to know who the main target is. You have to be thinking, it's either Nordstream dies or we just lose.
Yeah, I believe there's no other way that I can see team fights go. There is only one situation where I see that go, and that's maybe if Nordstream is not in the fight and the rest of the team dies. But I don't think that will ever happen in this game actually.
Now Baron and Dragon both are going to come up during the same time. This will be very interesting to see the rotational plays, the objective decisions that these two teams will be making, because if they let go of the Mountain Drake, it will be Mountain Soul, and Mountain Soul could spell disaster if LaggIT takes it for ITK, because I mean ITK is able to shred them, but if you have Mountain Soul, it's so much harder to shred them. And it seems ITK wants to go ITK wants to actually go for the Baron.
Oh, it looks like that, but the rest of LaggIT is opting to not go for a Dragon and maybe actually find Snowwolf here. But that would have been very, very scary.
Definitely. They do. Look at this interesting map plays here. LaggIT has the right side of the map. ITK having the left side. I don't know how the flanks will go. Oh, and it goes! And just like that, Kvik makes a big ult. Back out on the hat, of course. Great engage from back out on the hat overall. Always having great engages. Bam! Nordstream is down, but Nordstream is low. But he's here, and Nordstream lives, and ITK wins the team fight.
Oh, that was so close. Kvik manages to actually hold off the kill for almost the entire fight, but the clutch fear from a fat cat on a hat makes it.
Oh, Dr. Worm! Redemption is here! Knock, knock!
Oh, the dodge on the hatchet? Oh, eventually dies anyways. This might actually eventually spell out game for ITK.
No, yeah, definitely. You have to start feeling that, because LaggIT, they've been playing so good, but they just cannot kill Nordstream. Nordstream's just not getting caught off.
Yeah, and now that they also lost Dragon Soul, now it's Dragon Soul points for both of the team, and the team that actually, if any team even gets Soul, is going to be very, very scary.
Yes, and on the chat right now, they are spamming the chat, spam PogChamp. This game is amazing, and the series has been amazing so far. I am so happy that I am casting this game.
Yeah, absolutely. These has been some very fun games. Very back and forth as well. You're never really sure which team is going to win.
No, definitely. And despite all my criticisms I give to Dr. Worm, he has definitely stepped up to this game. Sure, some misplays here and there, but in the end, he is there for the teams. He's making all the big plays right now to make sure that North Stream and Arthur stay safe. And stay safe they have this entire game.
ITK has had a very, like, the entire roster of ITK has had a major improvements from last game, actually.
For sure. It's like as if after the loss of game 1, they realized it's now or never, and they all put on their drift modes. You thought that Vita was the true drifter and the true speedster of Trackmania, but it's actually turning out to be
in the mid lane.
because Instruct might have gotten caught out. He gets hit by the Q, and just like that, Instruct is down. It's 5v4. They have the Baron buff.
This might actually lead into game.
My god, we can see how this goes. Dr. Worm is so tanky. He's just trying to chase away the Pantheon. Pantheon cannot do any flanks if he is the one getting flanked.
Oh, but we can see that Quick and Cat on a Hat is actually trying to having a 1v1. Quick is
Oh yeah, for sure. But maybe Fat Cat on a Hat doesn't really care. As long as Quick isn't terrorizing the rest of the team, it doesn't matter. And Quick might actually pay.
Oh,
He pays with the hatchet.
the cleaver, the infected cleaver from downtown. Landing some very important infected cleavers, Dr. Worm is actually right now.
No, yeah, for sure. And silencing Vita's Q. Oh my god. ITK has completely turned around their gear. You thought they were ITK was forward. No, they are actually like some Ferrari like car. Oh my god, they're gonna get the whole thing. They're gonna actually win the whole game. And
They're
just like that,
the game.
ITK wins game 2 and brings it to a final game 3.
And just like last time, my league is freaking out. But yeah, you guys thought I messed up with the scores in the beginning, but apparently it was just following the script. Oh, this is.
Oh yeah, it's a little too bad that we can't see the replay of what happened there, but I think at least we can talk about it if we go to the caster cam. Yeah.
Absolutely. What an intense game.
What an intense game indeed.
ITK started off really strong, but then actually dropped the ball during mid game.
I have to say it was so exciting to watch that match. I mean, at some point you really felt like the hope in ITK was starting to flicker and flicker, but then they brought it together. They started just playing better.
Yeah, like absolutely. And I feel like North Stream really was able to utilize his champion to the full extent and managed to shut down some really important engagements from LaggIT.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have to put so much. I have to commend the Nord Stream so much in his carry potential. I mean, and also to Arthur. I mean, for staying cool as the team captain, it's like imagine you're playing Caitlyn, you're getting caught off, you lost early game even though you were supposed to. He must have been in a very very bad situation mentally, but no, he had the mental fortitude to stay strong and make the right calls that essentially brought them back. Even though a lot of those right calls, thanks to Nord Stream, of course, playing exquisitely.
Yeah, like this was a very interesting game, and North Stream manages to bring them back, but unexpectedly, actually, Dr. Worm, right? Dr. Worm was a huge impact, like during the later stages of the game, actually being a very big menace for a team like it.
No, definitely. I mean, if you have something that tanky and just in your face, just casting cleavers, and in the beginning he messed up, but towards these late games, he just never missed a single cleaver.
Yeah, no, he was doing exceptionally well, and I'm interested to see if LaggIT next game actually will take some measures towards giving Dr. Worm a champion like Dr. Mundo, somebody that can be very very annoying for later in the game for the enemy team.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have to ask Dino, since you know more about LaggIT, if you are LaggIT right now, what are they thinking? What must they change to essentially bring the game back and just secure this show match victory?
I think they need to make sure that if they're versus an opponent such as a Kale or like somebody that scales, that they need to focus on shutting them down a lot earlier. Because even though they did lose mid game, the Kale was still ahead during almost the entire game. She was really strong right from the beginning, and unfortunately if a late game champion gets not only to get ahead early, but also gets to the late game, they become very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and I have to say, I noticed, like, I'm starting to think it's definitely a misfit. It is a decision, but it might not have been the best one to try to get Vida ahead. Like it seemed like from a quick side, he might have made a bit of a misplay by trying to focus on getting Vida ahead because essentially they banked on the fact that giving Vida the counter pick and putting him ahead would get them in a better position. But what they didn't think about was that Mundo got the first kill.
Yeah,
He got
like
the first blood, so he was already really strong.
yeah. Unfortunately, like I think the invade from Kick was really excellent actually, but it greeds for the Grump, and unfortunately that not only cost him his life, it also gives Mundo the first blood.
Definitely. It might seem like a small misplay, but it is those small misplays in the early game that cascades into the late game and definitely like could change the outcome. And I have to say, so Dino, looking into next game, the final match of the show match, is it just me, or or are you also super like excited to see what is going to happen?
I'm actually super excited, and I'm actually excited to see if either of the teams will pick different, like very odd champions. Because while it's
Mm.
usually not very wise to pick something, since both team now has one win, they kind of know what works. But what if one of the team picks a champion that is very off meta or very different?
Ooh, that would definitely be interesting to see. We might have seen a little bit of peak of that like some other times, but of course, like an off meta pick, like could you imagine like suddenly like let's say like Vita just whips out a Singed or like whips out a team or something like that. We
Yeah,
could have a potential champion of this show match be someone who plays Teemo, and that would be extremely exciting to see. And I have to say, it's like I am extremely excited too. But of course, we'll see you guys in about we'll take a 10-minute breaks and we'll see you guys in 10 minutes and make sure to tune in. It is 1-1 now. LaggIT versus ITK, KTH versus Chalmers, ejoonko versus the IT section of Chalmers. It is 1-1. This is the last game. This will determine who is the champion of the show match. Stay tuned.
yeah. Stay tuned and see you there. And hello.
Yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. And now we go to the final game of the show match. First game, LaggIT shows strong dominance on the bottom lane and takes it 1-0. Second game, ITK brings it back with an amazing comeback, back to 1-1. And now here we are at the final game. Dino, so far it's been a pleasure casting with you. How are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling very well actually, and like both of the games that we've cast have been very, very close actually. You're never quite sure when a comeback is gonna happen, because multiple times has been comeback from both of the teams. And it's also been a
Definitely.
pleasure casting with you.
Definitely, definitely. And for some of the viewers who missed the introduction and might have started streaming right now, Dino, why are we doing this show match?
Well, we're doing this show match to actually hype up a tournament in the future. We're gonna host a tournament sponsored by DreamHack around the 29th to 29th of January. This tournament will have a prize pool of roughly 10,000, and it's LaggIT's and I do believe ITK's first collaboration tournament actually.
Definitely. The whole point of this is essentially to bring the two universities of KTH and Chalmers together. That is correct. If you are a student of KTH or Chalmers, you can create a team of up to 60% of your own section's players and create a team like that. So, for example, 3 of your teammates could be KTH, 2 of your teammates could be Chalmers. You can mix and match however you want, as long as it is like that. Otherwise, if you want, go full KTH, go full Chalmers. If you want, and if you also want, go represent your chapter or your committee. At least for us, the committee is ITK, so I would love to represent my chapter if I can. Maybe for Dino, if he creates his own team, he will be representing LaggIT in that case.
Yeah, exactly.
And so the sign-up link will be bit.ly/SCLLOL21. Talk with your friends, talk with your family, or I don't know if your family plays League, but you can always create a team with your family. And get together a team and get ready to duke it out in the Summer's Rift here in Sweden on late January to early February and become the champion, winning a prize pool of about a really cool prize pool that is sponsored by DreamHack.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's time that we get into our finals between KTH and Chalmers actually.
No, yeah, definitely. And I have to say, I am super excited personally. I have no idea where this is going to go. I don't know what kind of strategy talks there were even. But at least for now, the band seems to be going the same route with a Victor band beginning for side of LaggIT.
Yeah, like it starts with 2 respect bands with the Victor and LaggIT, which we've seen every time, and even a Kale band now. They're very really respecting this North Stream there. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a Syndra band right here actually.
Oh yeah, definitely. They seem to just be target banning a North Stream. The more North Stream plays, the more they realize he is truly a dangerous force in the side of Team ITK or Team Ian Sekonen.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
as we see, they actually opted to not ban the Syndra and ban the Garen instead.
No, yeah, they seem to be. They must have gotten a bit of respect because I feel like they might have maybe thought that Dr. Worm might have been the weak link of the team with his first game poor performance with Nasus, but no, he brings it back and he shows that he's actually a really good top laner with the Mundo. So maybe they're thinking, okay, if this guy's good with Mundo,
And
how
here
good
it
going
is.
to be? Oh, the
This is what
Cho'Gath
I'm
pick.
talking about. This is the weird, kind of off-meta stuff that I was talking about in the early game, pre-game, and well, after. Anyways, we see a Sho'Gath from LaggIT, which is very interesting actually.
After seeing success with the Xayah, opts to pick the Xayah, wants a safe AD carry that can always have an escape to get away from the toughest of situations.
Yeah, the question is, do they want to pick the same Xayah Leona bot lane that they did last time? Because if we recall from the first game, that didn't quite end up in their favor.
No, it did not. But Fakana had having a great game with Fiddlesticks, opt to go for another game with Fiddlesticks. But this time, they know he's on Fiddlestick. What would you do if you were Kvik right now, Dino? What kind of champ would you want to go? Do you want to go aggressive again, or do you want to go something that farms really well?
I think that honestly, Hecarim wasn't that bad of a pick into the Fiddlesticks. Just he got a bit greedy in the early game. But it depends also on what he's feeling. We see the Echo that got banned from Rustation.
Comfort pick from Rustasian, but of course what this means is he is giving the opportunity for North Stream to absolutely go with a counter pick. And if North Stream is able to find a good counter pick and get ahead, we have no idea what's going to happen. Snowwolf going with another comfort pick of hers. She opts to go for the Leona again. Her Leona so far, a little bit of misplays in game 1, but in game 2 was solid.
The Leona in Link 2 was really solid. They actually respect bans the Pantheon.
Definitely, the Pantheon being such an oppressive force for Noxemia.
Yeah, as we've seen, and there goes the Syndra. I'm curious, are we gonna see the Vladimir that was hovered last game from North Stream?
Oh, Vladimir would be another great, like, essentially late game hyper carry pick for North Stream. That might be the strategy they opt to go for. Once again, going with a bottom lane that's pretty strong, going with a jungle that has good gank. And look at that! Look at the respect from the side of LaggIT towards North Stream. 4 out of the 5 bans targeted towards the mid laner, and he's gonna go with Cassiopeia anyways.
Oh, the Cassiopeia pick is very good into Echo actually. Her grounded makes
such a carry pick too.
Yeah, like her grounded from her W makes it so that Echo actually cannot use ult. And that could be very, very scary.
Oh my god, I am so excited. I have no idea what's going to happen, but the thing is, after banning 4 champs, imagine this, after banning 4 champs, I felt for a moment, is he out of champions to play? But no, North Stream just says, you know what, I'm gonna go Cassiopeia, and just picks the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, it feels like this North Stream's champion pool actually has no bottom. It looks like he can pick up anything and so far performed very well with it.
Ooh, but this time going with a really solid laner. Instruct for the last 2 games has opted for a hyper carry late game ADC such as Vayne or Kai'Sa, but he wasn't able to perform super well with the Vayne, and he performed better, but he got caught off in towards the later side. And now he's going for Ashe. They're just deciding, we're gonna go for a strong lane too.
Ooh, interesting. They're picking Pyke actually. In a similar way to Pantheon, he does do a little bit more damage.
I have to say, LaggIT's team is very frontline centered right now. They have essentially one backline. Everybody else is basically just up at your face. Is the team comp currently for ITK good for this or bad for this?
I think that ITK, and we do see the Moondor from last game, ITK actually has a very decent comp. Fiddlesticks is really enjoys when the enemy team is grouped up, and Cassiopeia can also deal with people going towards her. I think this game will depend on both Vidde and Instruct, if they can land the CC necessary so that they're able to one-shot enemy team.
I'm feeling this game really might pivot towards Instruct. His ability to do DPS, because the advantage with a really frontline heavy team is that whoever is in your backline is generally very safe during team fights. So if if Instruct can actually produce the damage, it will be great. And there is a weakness with this team. All of these champs that we're seeing, from Kvik, Rustasen, Noxima, with the Pyke, Echo, Kayn, and the Cho'Gath, they're all for offensive. None of them have a lot of great tools to peel, actually. And the moment they try to peel, they're actually kind of hindering themselves during these team fights. So I feel like Instruct has to play really, really well during these fights. Like, he has to position immaculately.
Yeah, but as we can see on the opposing team, on ITK side, they actually do not really have an assassin unless the Fiddlesticks decides to ignore the front line and try and find a pick on the Ashe.
That is true. So is this essentially going to be a DPS battle between Xayah, Cassiopeia, and the Ashe to see who can in the end have the most amount of sustained damage?
Exactly, but the thing is, it's a lot harder for the team of ITK to actually do damage, especially on Cassiopeia and Xayah. If you look at the team of LaggIT, they have not only 1, not 2, well, potentially 2, but 3 assassins, potentially. I should have said potentially 3. Anyways, we can see that we actually have Pyke and Echo, which are, like, they're very good assassins, but we also have Kayn, and I'm curious, is it gonna go red or is it gonna go blue?
If I was in this situation, if you go red, sure, you have more frontline, but but you have to give up on that damage, and in LaggIT's case, they have to kill the backline. They have to kill it. There is no choice. If you don't kill it, if he goes red and he's not able to kill it, they're all just going to die. And that's why I feel like and the thing is, you already have Cho'Gath as a huge front line, and you can't really spare too much more like sacrificing damage for front line. So in my opinion, I really feel like he has to go to Blue Kayn.
Yeah, I think the Blue King will be really good for showing on Cassiopeia and Saya. But on the other hand, maybe giving Instruct a bit more room work, like a bit more room to actually work and do the DPS by going the Red Kane and protecting him during the team fights.
Definitely, and this is where Zaya's pick actually might be really important. The thing is that Ashe is a great AD carry, but has very little self-peel. Really one of the most fragile AD carries if you are caught off. Zaya doesn't have this issue, so if one or two of these assassins jumps on Zaya, she can survive for a couple more seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, and like the Zaya pick here is very good into the LaggIT team. Like she has one of the best self-peels in the game. But the question is, as it depends a lot of times, if the early game goes so bad, it might not actually matter.
No, yeah, definitely. So at least in early games side, who do you give the advantage to? Probably LaggIT, right?
I believe LaggIT has the early game advantage. What I do think, because I think Saya and Mundo to some degree does need to like they are preferred late game, and like Cassiopeia of course. Fiddlesticks and Leona, as a duo, can probably do a lot, but we'll notice that in the game what actually happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and if you're Nordstrom, you have to feel the pressure. I hope he can perform this game too. I hope he's not too burdened by the 2 carry performance he did for both games.
Yeah, exactly, and hopefully he'll come with another stellar performance.
No, yeah, I hope so too. I have had so much fun, and if this game also ends with a banger, it will be such a good show match. And I mean, if this show match is just a taste for what's to come during the tournament, where like people actually build like really good teams.
Oh, this is
I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very exciting tournament, I believe. And as we can see, we have had so fun games and so intense games even. And if we're gonna have an entire tournament with so many more people, I think that it's gonna be very fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and there we go, loaded into the game.
All right. And here we see, let's see what the movements are. From the previous 2 games, we've seen a very aggressive LaggIT, always trying to go for these invades because they know they have the early game. They have the CC in the beginning.
LaggIT does actually ping to invade, but it looks like ITK's team actually suspects something and pings are on the same area.
No, yeah, they're definitely playing defensive. They're trying to see the vision again. Over here, but of course, Nordstrom is able to spot this out, so they should be able to get out safely.
Yeah, exactly, and this will probably not result in anything from either side. We were talking about the Kayn form a bit recently, and as we can see, the Kayn opted to go for Conquer, which is something you usually do when you go in red form.
Oh, so he's actually going to go for the Conquer. He's going to rely more on Echo and the Pike to essentially finish deal the finishing blows onto Cassiopeia and Zaya.
Yeah, and as we can see,
opting more to be a solid frontline, protecting and both attacking.
Yeah, exactly. We can see that it looks like the Fiddlesticks opted to go for a double control ward start actually.
Wow, very interesting from Fat Cat on a Hat. He definitely must have felt the little bit of the rumble from the last game. Quick, I think he's actually deciding to counter jungle again, but no, he gets caught up by the ward. Yeah, so no, they're not able to counter jungle. Great defensive warding from ITK in the start to prevent the counter jungles.
Yeah, and this is actually gonna be very unfortunate for Quick, because on Kayn you really enjoy when you can get start, you clear incredibly fast, and he didn't start Raptors though, which is one of the camps he clears incredibly well.
Oh yeah, and he couldn't start Raptors, right? Because a level 1 fight just going on the bot side. Arthur taken to half HP, a really good skirmish. Oh, they're showing a different level of domination now. And a first blood already, yeah. They realize, yeah, because usually they play with weak laners, but now they decide to go for strong laners, and already is a disaster for bot lane.
Architects. Oh, he might actually die here. Oh, Nox flashes his on her tower and manages to pick up the kill.
Oh my god, what a disaster for the start of ITK's bot lane side. Already, this Ashe is 2-0.
Oh, this is really unfortunate. I believe that Articus actually believed that he had heal as his secondary, but he opted to go for the cleanse, which you usually do versus Ashe. But unfortunately, he wastes the cleanse when he tries to heal his support.
No, yeah, for sure. They have to be feeling bad about that. And if you're Fat Cat on a hat, does this mean that you have to give up on trying to get top and mid more ahead and go for bot? Or do you just like abandon bot and try to just get them super ahead?
I think that he would probably want to wait for level 6. And I think the best thing he can do before level 6 is probably try and make sure that North Stream gets ahead. Because currently he's pushing very far up and he's susceptible for ganks, absolutely. And I believe if Fat Cat on a hat manages to gives him some pressure and shadows the Cassiopeia, she can play a lot more up and cause a lot more havoc.
Yeah, definitely. And when it comes to Echo versus Cassiopeia, Cassiopeia must have the early advantage, right?
I believe so, yes. It's very difficult for Echo to get a trade and get out without taking a bigger trade back.
Oh, Doctor, we're really low and he gets caught up. Is he gonna die here?
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, he was gonna die, but he actually doesn't. He goes for the flash, but he actually isn't able to do anything. Does this mean that Fat Cat on the hat gets this kill?
Well, it looks like... Oh, it looks like he just walked out. Oh,
does get the kill.
The reap
So
was
that
just
is
in
much
range.
needed first blood from the side of ITK.
Yeah, that's really good from the side of ITK actually. Like getting... like making sure that the 56 is getting ahead is gonna help them a lot, especially when it comes to the jungle matchup of Kayn. Because Kayn is very scary for Fiddle 6 usually, but if the Fiddle 6...
Oh, here comes again from them. Arthur, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have anything. He's just gonna die again, and yet again, disaster for the side of bot lane. And we talked about the win condition, the Ashe getting ahead, the Ashe being the primary DPS, like the sustainable DPS. They are right now on track of making that a possibility.
Something that I really want to compliment Instruct on was that he knew that neither of the enemy team had flash, so he decided to just that's actually not true. Yeah, he flashed in and slowed the Saya, which doesn't really have a way to deal with that, and the jungler was already in a position that she cannot run away.
No, yeah, this is starting to look really dire on the side of ITK's bot lane. Now we're basically just hoping on the fact that top, mid, and jungle can basically carry them. What can you do if you're ITK's bot lane? Do you just wait?
I think unfortunately they're just gonna have to play safe, and they need to... Like, it's very difficult because whenever Saya uses abilities, she starts piercing minions, and this is actually not beneficial because they do want to try and keep the wave close to their tower.
That is very true.
But I believe that the Ashe pick is a very oppressive lane, and currently we're seeing the effects of that.
Oh yeah, look at them just starting to ward the enemy jungle, even using the blast cone just to like check to see where vision is. Fat Cat on the hat is going to have a harder time of setting up gangs, setting up these things. They're going for another fight, and it's not going to work out, or is it?
Ooh.
This time is even, but Snowwolf dies from the ignite, and Arthur isn't able to do anything.
Oh, and
Fat Cat is able to answer back. He is able to answer back with a double kill. Oh, but still.
That's a very good double kill. Fat Cat on a hat is getting very strong very quickly, actually.
That's true. Like, bot lane is not going well. They're 0-5 right now, but at least they have a little bit of a hope on Fat Cat on a hat and North Stream. It seems like North Stream is he has quite the minion advantage actually, but they actually know about this and they want to go in. I think they just want to go in on this.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to actually... Oh, they did steal the dragon, and it looks like they might be able to get more. Oh, and a beautiful parallel convergence.
No, yeah, and Nord Stream has no mana, so he can't do anything here. He might just die to Quick, but he does flash away. But Quick, of course, a very, very mobile champion on the Kayn.
It looks like Nord Stream is gonna sliver away after a unfortunate play, after the very good double kill from Fat Cat
on the
hat.
top side.
We have tanks.
Yep, yep, topside tank fight.
Tanks, very wet noodle fight basically.
Yeah.
you think that Mundo is low, but then he just pops the ult and suddenly he's at half health again.
Definitely, definitely. As a Cho'Gath, you have to think, wait, should I ult him now or not? Like, those kind of dilemmas might just pop up.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. Oh, that was a very good hook from Noxemia, but
Yeah, once again, bot side being terrorized right now.
a really good retaliation from Articus actually.
Yeah, definitely. But he is half CS behind. Ash is up 4 kills.
Ooh.
He's still just so behind. And now Ash has the ult. What are they supposed to do? But of course, there's Fat Cat. I think he's just gonna go in here. Because but very smart E from the side of Ash. If they decide to just go aggressive there, they would have just been dead.
Absolutely, that was a very scary situation from LaggIT potentially, but a very good.
And with that knowledge, they're able to take Herald.
Yeah, Quick is going straight for the Herald, and it looks like LaggIT is actually in a very comfortable position right now.
No, yeah, for sure. You have to feel the pressure on the bot side. If they mess up anymore, they might just give up the game like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like its bot lane, I think we're not noticing quite the effect of it right now. Ooh, a beautiful hook from Noxemia. And like all of these hooks, it's permanent damage pretty much on Articus, while on the other side, Instruct already has his Wemp Scepter.
Definitely.
And it looks like otherwise the junglers are surprisingly not too far apart considering how well it went for Fat Cat on a hat
Oh yeah,
early game.
definitely. I mean, Kane is such a fast jungler. He will catch up to the farm really quickly. If I'm Fat Cat on the hat, I must be feeling you have to just start ganking. Just start ganking and ganking and ganking and never stop.
I mean, it looks like he's on the way, ganking Vida right now in the top.
Vida, yeah, Vida might actually just die from this. Oh, and he is gonna die from this. He wants to eat the Mundo, but Mundo with the
dive on the bot lane. Manages to pick up Articus, and Noxemia manages to actually live. And it looks like they're gonna die.
Snow Wolf is also probably going to die here. Instruct, great tanking from him. Just making sure that this kill is confirmed on the side of Kvik. And once again, using bot lane to essentially just catapult themselves into a 3,000 gold lead.
Oh, and we're seeing Rustation is actually going in on an engage, a very good engage, and a very good dodge of the Noxus Fumes. But it might be Nord Stream the turn. But a parallel convergence from Rustation, actually, and a beautiful flash. And Nord Stream just got outplayed.
Oh my god. We talked about how Nord Stream was such a big win condition for the side of Ian Sekonen, and that win condition might disappear like that, and now they're actually 4k ahead.
Yeah, that was very beautiful by Rustation, actually managing to shut him down even through the barrier from Nord Stream.
Oh yeah, and if you're the boss side of ITK, you must feel very bad. Like it's just going so bad for them.
Yeah, it's very difficult because Ashe and Pyke is a very oppressive lane, and Ashe is such a strong AD carry because she does so much damage that you can't dodge, and the slow also makes it easier to hit hooks, and after just a few of those you kind of just start falling off, and
Definitely.
either you just need to recall to get some HP or you lose, like you die, which unfortunately ITK's bot lane has done numerous times now.
No, yeah, it might be just too much of a lead. We'll have to see once the fights begin, but Ashe is just so big. And even with an Immortal Shield bow, you can't get her out of the lane unless you just gank her.
Exactly, and like, the thing is though, remember Ejoon, we have said that games have been very dire for the other team, and suddenly they've been able to jump back.
Oh yeah, and look at this, LaggIT, very smart. They've taken the bot tower, now they transition to the top side. Mundo was having a pretty good game, but now they're about to make his life hell. There's already 3 people on the side on the top lane. They're trying to look for the gank. They have the Herald ready. They have everything ready here. And meanwhile, Fat Cat on a hat is on the bot side, so they have to take the dragon. But all these plates will go to Ashe. Once again, he uses an early flash because he was afraid. And now just like that, this top side is lost.
But we can see on the other side, ITK is actually getting the Baron, unless Vide might be actually looking for a steal.
I don't know if he can go for a steal, but he's
going for it, and he gets it!
It's the steal!
Oh my god! This is very bad for... He will sacrifice his life, but that was something he was probably prepared to do.
No,
Two
yeah,
Drakes.
No, I mean, they won in every single way. And meanwhile, Dr. Worm is gonna sacrifice his life too, because yes, Mundo is tanky, but he's not that tanky yet. Not against an Ashe that is 5-1 and already has a shield bow.
That was beautifully played. Vidar just managing to actually take the dragon, and since ITK go for the dragon instead of taking the bot tower, they actually get nothing from LaggIT moving 3 people top lane while the dragon was up, which is very unfortunate from ITK's side.
It seems like LaggIT felt bad about losing that second game because they've turned it all the way up. They are no mercy. 13 minutes in, it's already 6k of gold. It's already a 6k gold advantage. Like, this is, I'll be honest, I've already said it a couple times, but this is the most dire I've ever seen ITK situation right now.
That is. I would just have to agree. I think that they're so far ahead, and considering they also have 3 towers, they're even more ahead than it might seem.
Oh yeah, and Dr. Worm missing his Q there. But oh my god, just like that, Instruct is caught up, and this is what we talk about. Definitely the weakness of the Ashe is that once she is caught, she's caught.
Exactly.
You can't do anything against it.
And that's a really big shutdown, actually. Well, actually, it's
Oh,
not.
look at back up in the hat! But he's saying, I will not give up, and just keeps going for these heroic plays. He was close to getting one on the Kane, but right now it seems that the entire game rests on his shoulders, basically.
Yeah, he did manage to pick up a kill on the Ashe for 250 extra gold. Unfortunately, it actually looks like Ashe didn't have that big of a bounty for the Fiddlesticks, because he picked it up earlier as well. But this Fiddlesticks is really, really strong. But the scary part about saying that is that since LaggIT has 3 towers, Kane is very close in gold. It's only a 400 gold difference, even though the Fiddlesticks has 2 shutdowns.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, they will basically have to start playing perfect here with the fights. They just have to, like, they have to win. They just have to win fights, basically. But and somehow Instruct needs to get extremely caught off, because sure, things aren't looking good for ITK's side, but many of the money right now is concentrated. It is concentrated for sure on the side of Instruct, and if Instruct gets caught off, he will just die.
Yeah, and as we saw, Noxieme went for a very...
Like right now, he's getting caught, but then he has just too much damage. There's no follow-up, and Dr. Worm just dies. I don't know what Leona was doing there. I don't know why she went followed in.
I think she was very scared of the flanking Shogat, actually.
No,
And
yeah, definitely.
the kiting from Instruct just managed to... that meant that Mundo was taking so much damage before he could actually, like, get in to do damage to the Ashe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, the Fiddlesticks are
Instruct's going in for the push, and Instruct will get caught off like that, and he might just pay for his life. Immortal Shield Bow comes activated, but it might not be enough. Oh, Northstream tries to go for it, but he gets caught up because he was greeting for Instruct. And just like that, Instruct goes down. But oh, a huge ult from the side of Articus actually also kills Instruct. And ITK might win the fight.
It looks like that, yeah. That was a 2-for-1 for the side of ITK, actually. They managed to pick up 2. Both the bot laners die.
Oh yeah, and then like the lead, it's still big, but it's not... Like, it's still big, it's still there, but like Articus with 2 very important kills. That might be the lifeline he needed to get back into the game.
Yeah, like, absolutely. If we look at the gold, he's still very far behind from Instruct, but it's starting to become smaller.
No, yeah, and for sure. And that's the thing we talked about. What the weakness with the Ashe is, if you don't position like perfectly, you just get caught up and you die. And as a fellow AD carry main, I feel like I understand this really well.
Oh, but
and just that Snowballs get caught up. She has to. She right now she's been she's been kind of underperforming a lot. She's been getting caught a lot, and like she used her ult. She didn't have to use much more, but still, it's just not good to see.
yeah, no. She just managed to get away. Death from below from Pipe wasn't actually available at the time.
Oh yeah.
But it looks like they're gonna try and take this tower, and without the Crow Storm on the side of ITK, I think this tower is not gonna fall actually.
Oh yeah. They defended it, and Mundo is actually free to push the top side because Cho'Gath's on the bot side, so you might just get this one. And
Yeah.
the dragon is up soon.
If LaggIT manages to get this, they're actually already on soul point, 19 minutes in.
So yeah, so if you are the side of ITK, you have to feel nervous. Like, I feel like they have to give it to them, but by the time of the 4th dragon, they need to be ready. They
So-
can't not be ready, basically.
Something to keep in mind actually, we still have an unformed Kane, and there's a teleport coming in from Dr. Worm.
No, yeah, and I mean, they realize the importance of this Drake, and they're just gonna go for it. Even though the Herald is down there on the mid side, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna have to give it up. It's so hard to steal from a Shogap and Jungler. Oh, but he closed them on
That
Instruct.
goes in on Instruct. Instruct is dead. Instruct is dead. Arthur is not dead. Their carries are not dead, and ITK wins the fight. They're making a comeback. I can't believe it. How the hell are they making these comebacks all the time? They get all the kill and they get the dragon too.
Oh, this is such a good play from ITK.
It's a 4K lead now. What in the world is happening? Noxemia's caught up too. Can he run away? I don't even know if he can run away. Is it even worth trying to run away?
Oh, he manages to
Yeah.
live with the help with the Phantom Undertow.
Oh yeah. But remember, it was like a 7K, 8K gold lead. What happened is 4K.
Yeah, no, exactly, and this is what I was saying before. These games are very back and forth. It's very difficult to notice who is actually going to win, and as we see, it's going really well for ITK now, and I think one of the reasons for this actually is that...
Oh no, but Arthur caught off.
Well, the question is, are they going to be able to actually catch up to him now that he's
Oh
really...
yeah, the flash play. Poor play from both Arthur and Snowwolf there.
Oh, actually, it's just the UI that is a bit weird, but as we can see, he did chose to go Red Cane, actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you talked about the Red Cane. You did talk about the Red Cane being a possibility, and it is a possibility. This means that now LaggIT has a stronger front line, but they do sacrifice a bit more of their assassination potential. However, that might work out for them, because so far their two backline carries, Cassiopeia and Zaya, haven't been able to grow as much as they want to. And meanwhile, now Mundo's getting caught off. He might just die from this. But then, oh my god, Mundo! You just cannot kill Mundo!
Yeah, there's actually a lack of healing reduction or grievous wounds on the side of LaggIT, which is making Mundo actually be able to live that.
Oh yeah, and by far. And look at this pink ward. Answered with their own pink ward. They have to reclaim some control of their own jungle. As we talked about the vision, because LaggIT is so good with these offensive visions.
Yeah, like actually, if we just take a look real quick, we can see that there's only like one pink ward and like at the dragon and a ward in lane, but LaggIT actually has a few of the wards a bit deeper up on the...
Oh no, and Dr. Worm might have gotten caught off again. We will see how this goes. Yeah,
This
for
time
this time
without
for sure,
ult.
he doesn't have the ultimate. He should be going down, and yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, and like Red Cane is so scary versus tanks like Dr. Mundo specifically, which is making him feel really squishy.
Oh, and tries to go in, but a huge... Oh, and the fight begins. Nordstream is so low. Can Nordstream actually do anything? Arthur and Nordstream both are actually low. They both might just get killed.
Oh, Quick was actually inside of Articus and manages to pick up the double kill.
Oh my god. I mean, 4 members from ITK are dead. They might just end it like this.
I mean, they very well could. I don't think that's quite what's gonna happen, because there's a bit too early and the respawn timers are very low. Snowwolf is alive in 7 seconds, so I think that they're happy with the inhibitor. Ooh, Instruct might be caught.
We talked about the Qs. We talked about the Qs actually mattering. And in the case of Instruct, that will cost him his life. But, I mean, yeah, Dr. Worm, he wants to do something, but he's just not tanky enough because he wasn't able to grow enough.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now the lead is back to 9k.
Yeah, like, as we just saw that Noxemia used the Death from Below to execute the Mundo, this means that 2 people in LaggIT's team actually get full kill credit for the champion, which means that kills that he gets from his ult actually gives a lot more gold than just 1 kill would otherwise.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and I have to say, yeah, what a great draft change from LaggIT. They wanted to go and answer the ITK's late game with their own late game, but no, this time they decided, no, we're gonna go strong lane, and now it's paying off dividends.
Absolutely, like the bot lane has been able to do a lot, and I feel like the only thing they're struggling with right now is that the Crowstorm on top of Instruct is a bit too much. And I think if Instruct goes a QSS item or has Kane close to him, they can knock Fiddlesticks up. he can actually, like, this won't be as big of an issue anymore.
Oh yeah, and now they're taking the Baron. They're taking it down. I don't know if ITK can do anything. I don't know if they should do anything. But for now, they want to. I mean, he's just going in on Fat Cat on a hat. And, oh my god, and they don't care. They're just gonna kill the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Echo's on the bot side. Oh, look at the combo damage. It's so sweet. And now they just take the Baron. Arthur has mispositioned a bit, perhaps. But no, I mean, it's enough actually. His ult is enough.
Rustation is in bot lane.
No, yeah, but they get the Baron. So in the end, we have to actually ask if this was a win at all for ITK, or if it's just furthering their losses.
Yeah, like it's a 1-for-2 trade in favor of ITK, but they lose the Baron and they almost lose the bot tower. This looks like the Dragon is going to go to LaggIT as well, even with their jungler down.
No, yeah, and the Dragon goes too, but at least because ITK got the third Dragon, this won't be Dragon Soul. But I mean, yeah, this is as tough as it's ever been. This is basically tougher than Game 1 and Game 2.
Absolutely, but once again, we said that, and it got to become very close in the fights actually. But maybe there will be an item spike on the side of ITK, as we can see that Cassiopeia is very close to finishing her Surface Embrace.
Yeah, definitely. Once that Surface Embrace hits, it will hit. And meanwhile on the side of Arthur, he has finished his shield bow and he has his second item building, but like, compared to Ashe, where she basically has like almost 3 items completely built.
Yeah, she's. It looks like she's building Infinite Edge now, and something that
However,
really.
we have to note that these team fights have been quite even, because she's been getting caught off. So if she doesn't get caught off as much, like, they should just be able to dominate.
Absolutely, and something that I really like on LaggIT side. There's
Fat Cat on a hand might be caught off right now. Yeah, he will be caught up. He won't even be able to use his ult, and he just dies like that. Instruct is they're trying to go for Instruct, but no. Oh, and just like this, yeah, this team fight is going extremely bad for the side of ITK. This just might be the end of the game.
Yeah, like, and they're going even more in. That from below manages to pick up the Cassiopeia, and is he going to be able to finish off Articus as well? He is.
Oh, yeah, and I think they went for the surrender.
Yeah, my League client crashed. So
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's crashed for me too. So I think they went for the surrender, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. In the end, LaggIT, with the change of a draft, change of strategy, this time going for a strong bot lane, is able to clutch out the victory. Congratulations to LaggIT, and congratulations to Chalmers for winning the game 2-1, and absolutely amazing showing from Instructor in the end. Yeah, and I have to say, Dino, Instructor, like, MVP at least for this game.
Yeah, MSN played incredibly well actually in this game, and he managed to get such an advantage. And actually, let's see. This time, even though my League line crashed, it looks like we do have some stats to look at.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And yeah, if we look at the stats, we can see how much damage Instruct really did.
No, yeah, I mean, essentially that bot draft difference, going for an early game, going for a strong early game AD carry, and going for someone who can just help the AD carry just get fed and fed and fed, such as the Pyke, basically just, in my opinion, it just won them the game. I really felt like every other lane could have gone, either way. But the moment they got the bot tower and the moment they were able to roam around, I just felt like then it was just over.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, the bot lane got such an advantage from the early game, and like both Instruct and Oxemia managing to push this lead into like further on.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, what do you call it? As a caster of LaggIT, how do you feel about your teammates? What do you think they did well? What do you think they might have been able to improve?
I actually think I'm very pleasantly surprised with how they played around the map. And while this might not have been super present this game, and unfortunately it was the most present actually the game they lost, they were very coordinated in where they wanted to gank, and like they managed to micromanage diving towers to a very good degree, and also like converging on teamfight points at the right time in order to secure some skirmishes in like the early to mid game. And something they might need to improve on, depending on if they're gonna become the next LEC champions,
Oh yeah.
they're probably going to have to be a bit less greedy. I feel like a lot of the deaths from the side of LaggIT is probably due to their greed.
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure. At least for me, I can tell you, saying on the ITK side, I am always surprised by their resilience and basically the fact that they never give up. They go for these fights, and it worked out for game 2, but for game 3, it just became too much. Definitely, their improvements have to be on their laning, has to be on their vision control, and it has to be on playing around their strengths in the early game.
Yeah, absolutely. And like this is a very good example of a early game lead actually leading to the late game scaling team not being able to do much. We saw like the Fiddlesticks got very strong, but without any other damage besides his own, because both mid lane and the bot lane got very, very weak very early. He couldn't actually use his advantage to do anything because there weren't enough pressure on the map.
No, yeah, definitely. And I think very soon, or I'm not exactly sure what time. Oh, okay, never mind. We actually still have 4 more minutes. But yeah, what essentially what's going to happen in 4 minutes for everybody looking at the view is now we would essentially have an interview with the team captain of the winning team, that is LaggIT, and a chosen MVP from their team. And I gotta say, who would you give the MVP to, Dino, from the side of LaggIT?
I would actually have to give it to MSN. While the first game that he played wasn't one of the best games he've had, the Kaisa game and the Ash game was stellar. His he was able to get so many picks, and I meant Instruct. If people, I meant Instruct, not MSN. My bad. I'm just living old school Windows XP, and that's what I use to message. Don't judge. And he played really well, and it looks like the people that we want to instruct are actually ready for the interview.
Right then. Oh yeah, and then in that case, what do you call it? At least for me, I would definitely say, sure, they were the losing team, but I would say the MVP was maybe kind of obvious, but it's got to be North Stream. His stellar performance in game 1 and game 2, essentially making the game super close and bringing it actually back and winning them the game in game 2.
Yeah, North Stream played exceptionally well, and unfortunately he wasn't actually able to bring it back in the last game, but he played phenomenally, especially the second game where he managed to carry the team to victory.
All right. But then in that case, it seems the viewers are hungry, the players are ready. Let's go to the winners interview.
Yes. Let's see if we can get them in here. 1 second. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much. It was a very exciting game. It was very fun to play.
And yeah, you are the team captain Noxemia, right?
Yes. Hello. That is indeed me.
And with you we have Instruct, our nominated MVP of LaggIT team.
Woo!
Oh yeah. So this first question, I'll give to what do you call it? I'll go to Noxemia. So, Noxemia, in game 2, you guys were so close to victory, and then when they were making those comebacks, what were your feelings during that time? What did you try to do to like bring the game back to your side?
So for our team, we tried to call either to get picks or to do split pushes with double teleport. So that was basically our strategy to try and counter North Stream's very good Kale.
And unfortunately, that there was absolutely moments where you guys were going for picks, but that wasn't unfortunately enough for the game 2. But game 3, both of you actually, since you both were in the bot lane, performed phenomenally. What happened that made you change from not only that you got banned, but why just Pike Ash?
So I think in Champ Select we picked a lot of damage. So I think we picked Echo, Shogath, and Kane first. So we wanted to have more of a utility AD carry who was more self-sufficient, and we were going either Senna or Ashe, and Ashe was the preferred pick by personal preference. She has a lot of self-guide, so that's why we wanted her.
and it paid off dividends. You guys were absolutely smashing the bot lane and then bringing that advantage all the way to the top side of the map. At what point in game 3 did you guys feel, okay, I think we have this game in the bag?
I'll let the Instruct answer this question.
I guess we just kind of knew that we were gonna win by the time we took the second top turret, and they didn't really respond to it, and then we were just kind of we can try some more, and then we just kind of failed. But at that point, we were kind of fairly certain that we had the winning team for sure.
I'd like. Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, it looks like we actually have a question, I believe, to Instruct really quick from the chat. What happened to AD carry Maokai?
Well, yes.
Thank you for the answer.
All right. One final question. Talking about the game 3 draft. It was extremely interesting to see 4 bans targeted towards the mid lane. What motivated you guys to essentially use 4 bans on the mid laner?
So essentially, we didn't feel like any other lane. We by scouting, we decided on Victor and Garen for almost all the games, and then progressively we banned what champion gave us the most problems in the game, and we definitely think Syndra was the biggest problem game 1, and Kayle obviously game 2. So that is how our bans progressed. And then also considering what lanes they picked after the first ban phase, made us ban more mid laners.
All right. One final question from me to you guys, and after that, Dino, if you have any questions, you can ask them. For me, the question is for the SCL spring tournament that is going to happen next year. Do you guys have any intentions of keeping this team and trying to go all the way and win that amazing DreamHack prize? Of course, sponsored by DreamHack.
No.
No.
Are you
Probably
guys...
not this exact team. We know that one other player already got a contract, a signing from another team. It's a highly paid contract, so I think he's going to go with that. And me, as you know, is the head of LaggIT, or the chairman, or how you translate ordförande. So I will probably be on analyst or casting or doing general stream work. So.
And I will just upgrade my support.
Reasonable decision.
Is this in team drama I'm hearing?
No.
We love college in team drama here at SCL.
But yeah, I think we don't have any questions left, and it looks like there's no more questions left in chat either. So
can I say something?
Oh yes. Something to the stream. Say something to your fans out there.
Yeah. So my message to everyone who's watching is that we spend a lot of time preparing for this tournament, and I'm so happy that everyone watched. Even if we had lost, I am so happy and so grateful for everyone that watched. Thank you.
Thank you guys too, and what do you call it? Thank you so much, both of you, both Nox and both MSN for your interviews. And yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it was
guys.
a great game, and thanks for your time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, and just like that, Dino, is it time? Is it finally time to end the stream?
I think it is. Unfortunate time. Yeah. It has been such a lovely time to cast with you, actually.
No, yeah, I have to say the same. But once again, before we leave, I think it's good if we do one more mention for everybody who missed the mention. This spring, there is going to be a tournament. A League of Legends spring tournament that starts from the 29th of January to the 31st. From the 29th of January to the 7th of February. Make sure to, if you want to play League and you want to make your own team and you want to attend this tournament, to sign up on that form, bit.ly/SCLLOL21. And of course, this tournament will be sponsored by DreamHack, and the prize pool is amazing. Up to 10,000 crown worth of merchandise goods. So yeah, that's basically it. All right. And basically, for back here from me and Dino, I want to personally say thank you all for watching, and make sure to keep continuing to support SCL.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see you on the tournament.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.